Hello and welcome to another episode of Glory of Golden State Gaming. I'm your host Swamp Swimmer, and with us today we have three very special individuals: Skaven and AZ, Ben from Seattle, and the Infernal Zoo tamer himself, or zookeeper, Alex. Alex is running the Infernal Zoo, which is coming up in just about 5 days now, and this will be the official list review. But I also heard they're doing a list review over on, I think it's Paired Weapons podcast.
Yes.
Which I am excited to listen to also. But shout out to them. They do a good podcast over there. Way over there in England.
Yeah, Henry's got in with those guys, and I think they recorded earlier today.
Okay.
But they're not released yet.
Just a thing. I heard some feedback from people that they want me to read out every list, so I'm going to do that rapid fire before we start talking about it. But I'll just do it really quickly to get out of the way. But I don't want this to go on for too long.
If you need help reading lists and you don't want to read every one, we can take turns too.
True. So let's get right into it. Well, unless Alex, you want to introduce the tournament at all? Do you anything you want to share?
Yeah, let me just talk about it a minute. So I'm glad to be back this year. We took it last year off because of COVID, of course. And historically, this has been kind of an oddball tournament because back in the Warhammer days, there's lots of tournaments. And so this one was kind of unique. And I added all these crazy rules for the Arcane Compendium monsters and all kinds of stuff. And people love that. And then when Ninth Age was, back online, it was pretty. I didn't want to be too weird because people are having enough trouble just keeping up with the lists. But this last year, lists have gotten kind of static. People are using the same list. They're playing a lot on UB, and people are really excited about changing the list up for the stuff. As I've added a lot of wacky stuff back in. I added all the supplement lists. The giant list is going, and I made round 3 mandatory giant. You get an extra 350 point giant, which is the way the zoo used to work with the zoo contingent with monsters and things. So I've seen a lot of different lists, and I get a lot of feedback. People are excited about it. So I think it's fun, and I'm glad that the Ninth Age is mature enough that people are appreciating some differences in the lists they can build or that sort of thing. And then just one little thing on how the tournament works, I added, you can go to infernalzoo.com to see the tournament packet, but I've always added these zookeeper points. So every battle, you can play 2 different cards, and they list some special rules. Like this one says Fido Sick Balls, and you get 2 points for killing the opponent's general and 1 point for wounding him. So there's 6 of these. You get to use 2 per battle, and all the players, there's gonna be some new players. I'll explain it the day of, but this will help. You get these 2 cards. You pick which 2 you think you can get on that battle, and you put them face down. It doesn't matter to your opponent because you don't take any points away from them. They're just points for you for the final standings. But they can't be repeated during that day. The next day you get the same cards back again. But so you look at your opponent and you say, I can kill their general, or I can kill their biggest unit, just whatever you think you can get out of that battle, and then you just stash it away and you add them at the end. So that's how those work.
What?
Yeah, 100%. This is definitely, I think, one of the few tournaments right now that are running some extra flavor in it. Like the secondary objective cards you just described. Everyone gets a free giant on round 3 is awesome. I'm stoked for this. This is gonna be really fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be fun.
There's some crazy lists. I think other people have allowed the giant, like the Buckeye allowed the giant supplement, but nobody took it. And I think Aaron's the one with the joust because I think people are just reluctant to it. And honestly, they're not. And the giants aren't intended to be super competitive. They're supposed to be fun. But if you make everybody take one, then it's fair, right?
Yeah, exactly. Let's see here. My freaking camera is being a pain in the butt. There we go. All right, let's get into it. This is list review and first round pairings, so let's jump right into it.
Oh, are we doing any bets on first round picks? Friendly wagers since we're all going to be there?
Wait, we know we're betting on worst outcome. We want to bet on predictions as well?
I don't know.
What do we want to bet on predictions?
Drink.
Like I was trying to get Henry to talk to those guys as a paired weapon podcast to compete against them about picking the overall winner, like which podcast picked the most winners.
That's a good idea. If one of you can record our picks, I think that would be awesome.
Let me open up an Excel sheet real quick.
Sweet. Means I don't have to write it all down. I like it.
I got
I
you.
think every one of us is going to be there at this tournament too, even Aaron. So
Yeah.
that's unique for a podcast show too. We can sort it all out Saturday night. We can have the winner / punishment. What's up in the air for this? You know, what are we fighting over here?
Drinks for the. But okay, so news. Ben joined the worst, the roast bet.
Oh hell yeah.
The
Yeah.
worst points at
I'm
the end
in.
of the tournament gets roasted on a YouTube report.
But that means you have to take pictures.
Yeah,
Which
we'll see.
Ben's got to take
I'll try.
pictures.
I'll try.
But I
See
lost
how
it
tough.
last time at the joust, and I took it hard in one bat rep video. But this time it's between 4 of us, so I have better odds of not losing. So I'm excited about that.
How many tables are there total? Just
How many
17?
tables, Alex?
populating.
There are 30. There's 17 tables, but
Okay.
2 of those are ringers, so there's really 16.
16. All right. Oh, I'm definitely. We're still picking a ringer. I expect you to win, Alex.
Tiffany has the all Minotaur list, so I put both lists in there because I'm not sure who's going to play a ringer game, and people might want to see what list they might get. So you'll either
Gotcha.
get me or Tiffany if you get
All
the ringer. And she's got a brutal all Minotaur list.
A push in your face list.
Pushing your face, fuck her up. Here they come.
Yes.
All right. Let's get into this. Table
Let's
1
do it.
is John Lehman is against Joel Baccio. John's a Davis guy. Joel's a South Bay, Santa Clara, I think. No, Palo Alto. I don't know, one of the two. He's down South Bay. John is running Undying Dynasties, a Pharaoh General on a Shad Guardian with the Godslayer, Crown of Pharaohs, Sepulture. Oh, I gotta pronounce all this crap. 2 Death Cult Hierarchs, 1 Master on Comology with the Ankh and Obsidian Rock, 1 Master also on Evocation, Scepter of Power, Scroll of Desiccation, 55 Skeletons with Rending Banner, 20 Skeletons, Aether Icon, 23 Skeletons, 23 Archers, 5 Skeleton Scouts, 8 Shabtis, 6 Scarab Swarms, 2 Catapults. Yeah, and then he's got the. Do you want to go over the giant upgrades also? I don't even remember what your special giant upgrades are.
I think we can skip the Giants for
Yeah.
now, for sake of time, because it's a
Yeah.
one game thing. It's cool, but it's not going to impact the first round, which is what we're
I
focused
don't know.
on.
I'll listen to what they do. I think it'll be fast. We don't have to talk about it.
Okay, do it.
So he's got his Undead Giant has this Scarab upgrade that has lots of poisoned attacks, and I made all the Giants add up to 350 points. So I added some special upgrades in the rules so people could add 5 or 10 points here and there, 20, just so that it all ends up in the same point level giant. So he's got Leggy, which gives him Strider. So his giant has got a bunch of poison attacks from the Scarabs and can rock through the dangerous terrain.
All right, and then he is up against Demon Legions with a Scourge, Brimstone Secretions, Whipcrack Tail, Sentinel, General, Greater Dominion with Strixene Spirit and on Divination, 16 Imps Mark the Eternal Champion, 10 Imps Mark of the Eternal Champion, 10 Myrmidons, Whipcrack Tail, 10 Myrmidons, Whipcrack Tail, 4 Brazen Beasts, Chitness Scales, Hope Harvester, Engine of Damnation, Segmented Shell, 8 Eidolons, Aura of Despair, Blazing Glory with Cloven Hooves, Titan Slayer Chariot with Stiff Upper Lip. He's also got a Possessed Giant with Living Shield, Unnatural Roots.
So the Possessed Giant, he doesn't get his wounds back, but he goes Battle Focus and Frenzy if he fails this test. Well, I guess he has Rage too. That's a special rule. He's Supernal, and he can get Battle Focus and Frenzy. And then Living Shield.
It is Perry.
Parry. Oh yeah, these are just from the demon rolls. Unnatural Roots, is that Stubborn?
+1
Natural
combat
Roots
res.
is +1 combat res, yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, the parry and the +1 combat res is cool.
So I'm excited to see a Shah Guardian with his Pharaoh on Undying Dynasties. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, that thing's no joke. When you think people are like, well, I brought cannons. Well, you half your multiple wounds against that.
Mhm.
So I mean, that's tough to deal with 7 wounds.
And then he's
Yeah.
also
and
running,
Godslayer. Hell yeah.
and then he's running the double full pack of Scarab Swarms.
Yeah,
Those can
John's
pump-
been loving those guys. They're really good actually. He's just kind of fallen to them lately, and they've been doing really well for him.
30 attacks with poison.
So many attacks.
And then he
And
can get
rerolled
rerolled to
little
hit.
buffs on him.
He can get rerolled to hit with evocation, which is awesome.
And lethal.
And lethal, yeah. So yeah, that's an awesome list. That's different, and I think it's going to work wonders on these lists, which have a lot of monsters and giants and stuff in them.
Yeah. The big unit of skeleton spears is becoming more and more popular for UD lists. Usually they have a character in them, so it'll be interesting to see how they do without the character, but a lot of people are running these huge units that you can just regrow super easily.
It's possible John has not tested this list. So he used to have the pharaoh in that unit, and so I see he took the pharaoh out and put him on a thematic Shah Guardian. So yeah, that's how we used to do it. He was doing it that way, and it was pretty scary.
Yeah, it's Death Star at that point. Crown, but he does have, which lets him still. Can you give? Yeah, you can give Undying Will to a unit, so he can still buff up that unit.
Yeah,
So it's
buff
basically like him still being in there because he doesn't need it himself.
Yep.
I mean, looking at the two lists, you think John seems to have plenty of answers for that scourge. The 2 catapults, 8 strength 6 shopties, 30 poison attacks from each pack of swarms, and a whole bunch of spears with rending and Undying Will and all the other stuff, plus cosmology, plus evo. So he's kitted out really to deal with monsters, which will have an impact on that scourge for sure.
Yeah, and it's the fly around sentinel. It's not the hide in the unit one either. So he's gonna have 2.
Yeah, he's just got to get into
huge
combat with them.
monsters to shoot at. Yeah.
Joel's got channel 3 with the 2 mark. No, that's the Mark of the Eternal Champion, not the Sorcerer's Antenna. But that gives them the spell that they can cast the spear, right?
He's got 5, 6 spells.
Yeah.
Channels.
Well, is the Sentinel a master automatically?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the good one that I'm pretty sure you re-roll.
Yeah, I think you convert 2 to 1, right?
2 to 1, yeah.
Yeah, if you don't charge or march. Yeah.
Oh, Titans, a chariot in there, blazing glory, which is always helpful. Eidolon, this is close to a list he runs a lot. He loves the shooting, he loves to throw in the scourge when he can, and then 4 brazen beasts are always tough.
I don't think that Blazing Glory does much against undead though, right?
Nah, it doesn't.
No, not the AP's kind of wasted.
And then
he's gonna go charge. He's gonna go try and kill catapults, assuredly. I think.
That's true.
What does Aura of Despair do? Oh, that's the -2 charge.
So this is a good NorCal matchup here. Bizarro Hammer versus Garage Gamers.
Oh yeah, tell us about day one
yeah.
is a club challenge, right?
Yep. So we average the scores of all of clubs together. So we have a banquet Saturday night where I'll get together. It's my house this year to be a little less COVID susceptible. So we're having it outside in the deck, and we average the scores of the clubs drop the lowest, I think, and you get a rank bonus for every 3 people monsters ranks. You get an extra 10%, I think. And then there's a trophy that I put together. I still got to make that. And then that every year that goes to last year, I think it went to MinMax in Sacramento.
Yeah.
And so the first matchup is club excluded. The second matchup will also be club excluded. I'll sort it by battle score and then unmatch people who are in the same club, just so we get a good. And the third game, I'm not going to mess with the rankings too much, so that you could potentially play your own club member game 3. But and then scenario 1 is what is
hold the center? Hold the center.
Yeah, hold the center. So the way I do it, I re-roll every battle. Will roll all the maps for the whole group. So we'll roll what dice, and everyone plays the same map. But the secondaries are set, except for the finals, and that's random because I like the way that Ninth Age has the secondary set up, so you can't tool your list. You have to build your list a certain way. So if you don't make that random factor in there, then people don't ever have the possibility of, say, not having flags or something. So game 5 will be just rolling the secondary. The other ones are set, but the maps are always rolled.
Cool.
We should roll
so
the
how
maps
we coming
tonight.
down?
Who's got a dice?
What, a D6? I got one right here.
Yeah, roll it. What do you got?
You need.
That's a 5.
And what is map 5?
There's not a. You need to roll
It's
a D6 and go A or B, and then do a D8.
No,
Oh,
not the map. The game.
Oh, the scenario.
The secondary.
Yeah,
The secondary.
not the secondary. The main
the
game.
deployment type.
Diagonal.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
a
we're not
huge
using
flag.
map packs. The tables are all set up with tons of terrain.
Yeah. Refuse flank, so it's diagonal.
All right, so everyone are playing Refuse Flank game 1.
God damn it! Come on, Kenyon.
I like refuse flank.
Yeah, of course you do. You just want to shove your shit across the board.
Okay, so
Damn
we got
right.
hold the center, Refuse Flank. This is what we're doing.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so
And then-
who's got
and
the
then all
advantage
towering
here?
and then the special twist is that all towering presence is scoring in the scenario too, right?
Or no, this one's frenzy.
Frenzy?
They all have
Yeah,
frenzy.
frenzy.
Oh, they do. Yeah, they count as scoring and frenzy. Cool.
Yeah. So I tried to give a plus and a minus on those things, but so
And it's not hold the center. This one's King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. So it's
Yeah. We each choose one.
okay. So that's the difference. Yeah. Scenario 2 is the Dragon Nest, which is the hold.
Yeah, which is hold the ground. Yeah.
So scenario 1 is pick the scenarios just like normal, except that all towering presence are frenzy within near the objective, though, right?
6 inches of either the objective. Yeah.
So they're not frenzy all the time. But you're scoring, but you get close to the objective, and you go try to go beat Kong.
Which is kind of cool because this matchup, neither of them have a BSB, so the frenzy actually could play a role.
Yeah, true.
So that being considered, John's just got 1 towering presence. He didn't go any of the other guys.
Ooh, yeah, with UD and 1 towering presence, that's lame.
And then Joel has the Scourge. The Sentinel, is he a big guy? I forget.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he counts as gigantic. I'm pretty
Yeah. So I think Joel's got an edge on the secondary, but I like John's list a little better.
I like
Yeah.
John's list. I like John's list a lot in this matchup because 10-man Myrmidon units, 10-man Imp units, 23 shots a turn, plus the ability just to Cosmo things, Evo things. I think he's gonna be able to pick apart those smaller units of Joel's, whereas Joel's gonna have to try and deal with a 55-man spear brick with the Pharaoh giving them Undying Will, as well as all the defensive buffs that he can do. So I definitely think that John's got an edge in this one.
Yeah.
And Joel's
Sorry, Joel.
got
He's a great guy.
good shooting. He's got good shooting, but I just don't think it's enough to take out all the wounds.
Imps
that
are
John's got.
awful. Yeah, shooting against UD feels like a losing effort because you do 6 wounds and then they just grow it back the next turn.
I've never
All
really
right, my
seen
vote's for John.
I go John
Yeah.
too. I've never seen the demonic shooting. It always looks good on paper, but I've never seen a game where they just
It never
shot
shows
off
up,
paper.
yeah. All right. Is that John across the board then?
John
Yeah.
across the board.
Sorry, Joel. Prove us wrong.
Sorry, Joel. That battle's gonna look fantastic though. Joel's and John's
Yeah.
armies are both looking really good.
John first
Table
round, last-
2. Table 2. We've got Carrie Hagnon on Undying Dynasties and Kelly Collins on Dwarves. Ugh. UD has got a Pharaoh General on a Chariot, Great Weapon Godslayer, Mask of Teput, a Death Cult Hierarch Master on Evo, Sandstorm Cloak, which is unique, and he's the Hierophant, a Nomarch on a Chariot, Heavy Armor, Book of the something.
Dead. Book of the Dead. Yeah.
Book of the
sorry.
Dead.
Yeah.
He's got a casket. He's got 5 chariots, another 5 chariots, 17 skeletal archers, 5 cataphracts, battle sphinx, Dread Sphinx. That's pretty nasty. All right, let's.
And then it's just, yeah, I'll do the Giants if you
You
want.
just don't want to run into 2 cannons when you've got 3 Sphinx. Oh, oops.
So
Oh.
his Giant's got a Scarab Giant like John's, and he's got the Lucky Rock, which is something I added. It's a one-use only item that lets you re-roll your stomps, so you can use it twice.
2 Lucky Rocks. He's holding 2 of them.
Kelly is on Dwarven Holds. He's a King General with Ancestral Memory, Pistol, 2 Runes of Iron, Rune of Smashing, Rune of Quickening, Rune of Precision, Rune of Shielding, Holdstone, Runic Smith, Rune of Iron, Rune of Denial, Rune of Grounding, Rune of Shielding, 3 Battle Runes, a Thane, BSB, Rune of Iron, and Rune of something. I got chopped off. He's got an Anvil. He's got 28 Greybeards. He's got 10 times 3 Crossbowmen, 24 King's Guard with the Runic Standard of Shielding, Grudgebuster, 10 Miners with Pistols, 2 Vengeance Seekers, and 1 Catapult, Rune Crafted, and 1 Cannon. And he's got the...
And Kelly's a she, actually, from Denver.
My apologies.
Yeah, so her giant is a big brother with a giant club and leggy, which is Strider, and a Lucky Rock. So the berry, we had some new blood come in. We had some people leave over COVID, but Joel's group in his garage has been growing, and Kelly's one of Stefan's friends from Denver. I think he's from Utah, but she is from Denver, so I'm not sure where they knew each other, but she's flying in, so I love people coming.
That's
nice.
Come to the tournament.
Awesome.
So Dwarves versus Undead.
This one's hard.
If you're a chariot rider, you love looking at dwarves because you're gonna get that impact hits going.
Yeah. They're not the good chariots though.
They're not.
No.
And they don't score. So he's only got 2 scoring units, which is
But he's got three monsters.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fine. I'm not used to that. He does have the strength 10 king though, so that'll help against the Sphinxes.
Yeah, I think Kelly's got more of an advantage here because she's going to be shooting these monsters pretty regularly, and even the chariots, and then when they get there, the king can just shellac one of those monsters.
Yeah, it's got this rune crafted catapult that's strength 8, so that's decent against the Sphinxes.
And a good thing to call out here is that those skeleton chariots only being 5, you only got to kill 1 before you can snipe out the pharaoh.
Exactly, yeah.
So I mean, you put 30 crossbows into the chariots, and then go, great, now I can shoot your general who doesn't have a ward save but can. That being said, if the pharaoh does get there, Godslayer will help because the Godslayer does do multiple wounds too against even conditional Aegis. So all those shield walls will be everything in the dwarf army pretty much. So that's useful if he can get there.
Yeah, it's 2 multi wounds, so it won't affect the rank and file guys, but it will affect his king if he gets into that.
One shot that king.
Yeah, I played this list last night. Carrie had a thing at his house, and he slayed my overlord. So I hope that guy dies. I was rocking on the Disciples of Lugar, and he was my demigod overlord is dust. Back to dust we all go. I think, but there's so the Dread Sphinx has no one to really fight in the dwarf list because there's. So agility 0. So that Dread Sphinx is going to have a hard time doing much in this battle.
Right.
I guess it wants to kill the artillery.
Yeah, it's like try to fly around and kill it.
Does it get the Grudgebuster have towering presence, or is that just for that random scenario that you're doing?
It doesn't actually have the rule. It just counts.
Okay, so then it doesn't even get the multi-wound against that either. So yeah, it's not.
Yeah, it's a little wasted.
So that's another thing about the zoo. There's some triggers for the zoo points on towering presence. So if you have that, you can do different things. And some armies don't have rank and file choices, so I added some units that count as towering presence just for that scoring rule. They don't actually have the rule. So Dwarf's got 1 on Grudgebuster. So that'll help her score. She could use this to score on the secondary objective in this battle, for example.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm going Kelly.
I think Kelly's got the slight advantage. It's not a huge advantage, but it's slight, and she's got to get lucky with her artillery early, I think.
And yeah, holy wall of scoring, Batman.
Yeah, that's a lot of scoring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scoring units, it looks like, including the Grudgebuster.
And it's King of the Hill, though, so she's going to have to move up. So I think there'll be some good glorious chariot charges, but I don't think they're going to be enough.
But with the scenario or with the deployment being diagonal, there'll be a lot fewer easy to choose terrain pieces for her to get to. So she will definitely have to be more aggressive with that.
That's true.
I can see a world where Carrie could win this if he can drop the first turn and get across the board very quickly and hope to weather one round of shooting. But the problem, of course, is then that Kelly can use the scroll that she's got to stop the big spell that she doesn't want to go off. She's got the cannon. She's got the shooting. I think that Kelly definitely has the edge here, so I will agree to go with Kelly. But I think Carrie could have still have a good chance here, but he needs to win that roll to go first.
Yeah.
All comes down to that first roll of the game.
Who wants to go first? So the dwarves definitely want to go first really bad.
They both do. Because they want to get shot or they don't want to get shot. So.
All right. Voted for Kelly, but let's move on.
So is that Kelly across the board?
I think so.
All right, cool.
A lot of risk takers.
We're really diversifying this right now, guys.
All right, table 3, we got Daniel Knox on Empire Sonstal against Sean Mooney, Beast Herds. Daniel's got a Wizard on an Arcane Engine, the Arcane Shield, Adept on Div, and it looks like Vespacian just joined the chat.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
There.
Let's see
we're
here.
on
We're on table 3. We haven't
list.
gotten very far yet.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Aaron, we did roll the deployment type is going to be counter thrusts for everyone. So.
For round
Diagonal. Great.
Oh, so it's refused flank and counter thrust? That's an interesting one.
It's not refuse flank, right?
You said
Refuse flank is
diagonal.
diagonal. It's the
Refuse
diagonal
flank,
deployment.
diagonal.
And
And then
it's pick a terrain piece.
It's
Oh,
king.
we rolled 5. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
King
King,
of
King of the Hill. Oh, got it. Okay, excellent. Thanks.
Oh, jeez, hold on.
All right. Do you want me to read this?
Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. Are you guys there?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, here we go. Wizard Master on Cosmo, a Prelate General with Imperial Seal, Marshal BSB with Death Warrant Ghostly Guard, an Artificer Handgun Talisman of the Void, 39 Heavy Infantry with Halberds, Household Standard, 20 Heavy Infantry Supporting Unit, that's just Hand Weapon Shield, 20 Crossbows, 20 Handguns, 23 Imperial Guard with Great Weapons, 5 Readers, Cannon, Volley Gun, Giant with the Giant Club, and then 16 Flagellants. And he's got the Imperial Giant with Big Fan of Suna, Well Fed.
So, big fan of Suna is the flagellant one. So it gains battle focus, fearless, and dies at agility 0.
Nice.
Sean Mooney, he's got the Beast Herds, Minnow Warlord, Destiny's Call, Blessed Inscriptions, Eye of Dominance. That's a good makeup for this tournament. Soothsayer on a Raiding Chariot, Master on Shamanism, Trickster's Cunning, Hawthorne Curse, Potion of Strength. That's the cart. Minnow Chieftain BSB with Greatest Totem Bearer, Agor's Affliction, Paired Weapons, 3 Raiding Chariots, 15 Wild Horns, Ambushing with Paired Weapons, Thrown Weapons, and Blooded Horn Totem. 6 Minnows with Blooded Horn Totem, 6 Minnows with Blooded Horn Totem. Both those units have paired Hand Weapon Shield. 6 Minnows naked, and 5 Gargoyles. And his giant is a Beast Giant with Fame, which is, if I remember correctly, it makes units close to him better at rolling the Primal Instinct test.
Yeah, +2 discipline.
Fleggy and Lucky Rock. So he's, yeah.
He also has a rider. It's harnessed. There's a guy riding him.
Yeah, it's one guy, but it's one mongrel. It's nothing.
It's almost that Lost Kingdom beast model that they put out because there's a guy on top of him with the shaman.
So super minnow list.
I was gonna say that's some minnow beef.
Super minnow list against pretty much a gun line, and then some bricks, some anvils.
So this is Daniel's first Zoo. He's one of the newer guys that joined in the Bay Area. and he's going to be cursing Alex terrain. I think I put a lot of terrain and a lot of tall terrain in getting sight lines, and he's going to struggle with that big block of 40 guys getting him where he wants, and then just getting sight lines. But we'll see. He went anti-theme here with the shoot 'em up list, so we'll see how he does against these Minotaurs that are going to run at him.
Yeah, if that volley gun goes off and if the cannons go off, well, he doesn't really have the only option he has for the cannons are, well, he does. Let's say he does a volley gun and his light shooting into those minnow units takes him down to where he can snipe out the characters with the cannon.
Yeah, I think that's the play there.
But then if Sean gets there, it's just like done.
He's got two units of chaff, the riders, right? I don't think that's enough for against Sean.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, I mean, you throw one out there to block off two because you've got the fast guys. If he's got them close together, which you probably will for leadership to avoid the frenzy, you might be able to chaff up two, shoot one, then do the other one, shoot the other. But the problem is if he does that play, then he's not going to be able to contest the objective really well.
Yeah.
So pushing forward into minnows is a bad day for this list. So yeah, I will. I mean, on paper it looks like Nox has got plenty of shooting, but my thought is that the anvils to stop the stuff that gets into combat, 23 Imperial Guard are going to get wiped by a Mino brick. I don't care that they've got distracting. He's got battle focus, and then hatred. So the distracting is not going to help. If they were shields, it was a 5 up to hit them, maybe. But hitting them on, 4s, wounding them on 2s, and I just think that Sean's got a pretty good chance of this.
And the raiding chariots will get to the chaff too. Those chariots aren't scoring, right?
No, they're just
No.
3d6
Sean's just
strength
got the
5.
4 scoring units,
Yeah.
and 3 of them are going to be trying to fighting. So the wild herd's going to be dragging her around trying to get there. They ambush though, so that's good to get the artillery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be. I think Daniel's in for a welcome to 9th Age tournaments, but here's for rough round 1.
Yeah, I think Sean's got
Plus
it.
shamanism. Shamanism's rough
Yeah.
if you're playing Empire.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so
Although he can pick that master out with the cannons, right?
yes.
Yes, he can.
So, yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
he
it
doesn't
could
have a
be-
special
it
save
could be
in there, yeah.
it could be swingy.
He's
if-
got to
if-
hide. Yeah, he's got to hide that
Yeah.
soothsayer.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
he's
he's
if he
probably
has
fine
scarification,
too.
it's going to be good. Oh, he's going to be better, right? That's a lot of rolls
Yeah.
to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that
scarification's only
plus.
scarification's
Melee.
only against melee
Melee,
combat. It's
yeah.
not against those cannons.
Oh, it isn't. Okay.
Yeah, somebody found that out the hard
He
way.
has to re-roll, but it's
Wounds on
a
2s.
2 up. Yeah.
Reroll it too.
But if he gets in combat, that thing's a bitch to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wound on
really.
5s, re-rolling to wound.
Yeah, for sure. And he has the Hawthorne curse on him, which I don't think you ever see on a soothsayer. So he's got
No,
the
you
little
don't.
mobile bolt thrower running around.
He's got the bolt
which is
thrower,
kinda
yeah.
interesting. Yeah, that's cool. Props for that.
All right,
Yeah, Sean's
shall
a really
we,
good player too.
Sean across the board.
I think so.
Oh man, we're real good.
Let's put
Oh,
Aaron.
we're
out to
betting. Yeah,
opposite of us in
Aaron.
the first 3. So
yeah,
this is-
Aaron, you automatically got the unfavored vote in the first 2.
Sweet. I like that. Okay.
So,
All right, table 4. We've got Matt Beam versus Eric Huntsman. Matt's on Sylvanel. He's got the Avatar of Nature with Toxic Spores, a Dryad Ancient on Divination, Adept, and Scarred Bark. 25 Dryads, 25 Scryads, both of them scoring. 6 Heath Riders, Heath Hunters, I'm sorry, with Ambush. 6 Thicket Beasts, Tree Father, 2 Forest Eagles, a Sylvan Giant with Bonebreaker Dance and Sylvan Blades, and 6 Pathfinders. And his giant for round 3 is a giant with Big Brother and Sentinel Lucky Rock.
Sentinel is
The shooter one, right?
yeah, I think so.
Oh, it's got a big bow.
I think it's a big poison bow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a bolt thrower. Oh, so it gains poison attacks in close combat, and it's a poison bolt thrower. One shot, strength 6, AP 10.
Very
Derrick
tasty.
is on Demon Legions. He's got the Courtesan on his general, Wizard Adept on Witchcraft, Iron Husk, Centipede Legs, Dexterous Tentacles, Mesmerizing Plumage. He's got a Deceiver, a Master on something.
Deceiver is the
Protean. Yeah.
Oh,
Protean,
Protean, yeah. Brimstone Secretions, Green Fire Eyes, Guided Venom Sex. I have no idea what that means.
So he gives the
25 sec-
unities in poison, and he is immune to divine. And I
you
honestly
re-roll
God,
the-
don't remember Green Fire.
I just re-roll your first charge or something like that, I think.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
25 Succubi, Bronze Backbone, 10 Myrmidons, Whipcrack Tail, 10 Myrmidons, Whipcrack Tail, Blazing Glory Fly, Cloven Hooves, Blazing Glory Fly, Horn of Hubris, 3 Clawed Fiends, Unhinged Jaw, Threshing Engine, Legion, Thresher, Whipcrack Tail, and 3 Bloatflies, Brood Mother. And his giant is a possessed giant with Dex Tentacles and Withering Vapor.
Dex Tentacles is extra agility. Withering
Yeah.
Vapor is the breath weapon.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Um,
You did it to some giants.
This is the
Why
battle
does
of
it-
5-ups.
yeah, this
Yeah.
is the battle of 5-ups for
Why
sure.
does
Whoever
it
rolls
have
more
a-
5-ups wins.
Why doesn't Matt have a BSB for the Stick Beast?
Good question.
Points.
Yeah.
He wanted a giant instead, so I applaud you for that.
And he
Actually,
just
gotta
has
get
two.
props.
He just has 2 spells. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Matt,
Yeah,
that's a great leader.
ideal.
He's been around for a while. He's holding up all of the honor of Southern California right now. He's the sole representative.
There's a few things in this list that I think are a little weird, like toxic spores to give. That's the lethal one, right?
Yeah, give
the
your
AP
AP4
for
strength
Avatar.
7 guy lethal strike.
Yeah, that's an odd. I mean, you know, I guess it helps for fortitude, sort of, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be tough to take off 2 bricks of 6 thicket beasts and 2 bricks
Yeah.
of 25 dryads, for sure. He's got a little bit of shooting, plenty of monsters running around. I mean, I think it's a shame he didn't have a little bit more spells, kind of different kits on stuff, and a BSB, like you said, Chris. But yeah, I like the demon list.
Yeah.
I wish one of the two monsters bricks was a bit bigger. Either the fiends or the bloatflies, one of the two. But 3 fiends is just not enough, I don't think. And same with 3 flies. I understand points and all that, but it's just if you had 6 of those going into those ticket beasts, I'd be like, okay, they're gonna win for sure. But
Yeah.
3, 6 ticket beasts will outlast that. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, with the way he's got this army set up, he's got 2 spells. So he's going to, half dice one spell, half dice the other spell, and whatever thing's in combat is going to get the 3d6 to, minimize leadership roll. So you're never going to break them that way. So it's, Eric may have a hard time just getting through this army with the way it's set up, even though I think he's probably got the better list.
It's also a shame that Eric doesn't have redundant ways to help the wounding, because with only spectral, it makes the dispel prioritization pretty easy against the in the thicket beast combats, and the succubi are going to wound on 6s. I mean, it's pretty rough.
He's got the poison, which helps, but yeah.
Yeah, but then he's got his wizard master in there too. I mean, I think
That's
can
not
kill
where you
that
want
guy.
to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the second I get, they still get a +1 to wound against scoring, which I think would be strong, right?
I think it's infantry, right?
I thought it was just.
I thought it's +1
they're
to
plus
hit.
1 to hit against infantry and +1 to wound with the smothering coils, so they'll do okay against the.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they have bronze backbone, so
Yeah.
they don't get the +1 to wound. It's only the +1 to hit.
They'll have the
Then never mind.
poison. The poison reroll is a strong combo for sure.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Matt feels lucky he took divination.
Right.
Yeah.
Matt's got a War Dancer giant, guys.
I mean, that's true.
That is
And so
pretty
that's
cool.
his
That's
main
one of
list,
my
that's gonna be in
favorite
every
one of the
battle.
giants.
And it's got Sylvan Blade, so he's AP 3 base, and he can pick out Jump, which is another +1 AP and Lethal Strike. So he can go 7 attacks at AP 4 Lethal Strike.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It doesn't matter against the demons, of course, but
That's nifty.
it's interesting. And then he can do belly dancing and +2 offense defense, and then he can do twist, which takes out rank bonus. So that's nice too to get in there. And
Yeah, that's my favorite giant of the supplements. It actually is like has good options.
they're pretty good. Henry was going to do what else, and then he looked at the additional restriction is you can only have 0 to 3 large things in your list if you take the Sylvan Giant. So if taking the giant restricts the tree you can take.
Mm.
So
So
that's why he's only got he doesn't have like the tree father.
He doesn't have the
Yes.
second tree
Yeah.
father. Or
yeah,
the mage.
the giant affects that if it's part of his main list.
Gotcha.
Mm.
I think that I think those thicket beasts are going to be. There's no real answer for them. I see in the demon army.
Do you
Those
think
guys-
do you think the Avatar of Nature can like take on probably the courtesan?
Or nah, he hits really crappily against it. He'll hit him
Right.
on 5s.
Right.
Or potentially 6s with debuffs.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because he's
I'm giving a slight
distracting.
edge to Eric. I mean, I feel like he's just gonna anvil his dryads and his thicket beasts, and then he's gonna try to just countercharge with the big guys, the Avatar, the Tree Father, and the Giant.
I'm gonna go trees. I'm gonna go Matt. I think yeah. I just think those thicket beasts are just. And I know that they're so reliable. The high toughness and the age of save.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna lean Matt here, but probably not a big win because I think
Yeah,
it's
small
gonna just
win,
be
I
like
think,
a
yeah.
scrum that doesn't end. Yeah,
Just roll 5s,
13.
baby.
13 to Matt.
That court can get into the flank of the dryads, though. I feel like that can obviously tear him. But yeah, I'm gonna go small Matt win. Good job, guys. Way to diversify.
Well, I haven't said anything yet. I think
You have to go against it.
I don't
Oh,
have
we need-
to. I'm
Kenyon and
thinking-
Eric, right? Did you say demons, Kenyon?
Yeah, I said Eric. I said demons.
Oh, you said.
Oh,
All right.
demons. Okay. Well, I definitely don't want to agree with Kenyon, so Matt. Okay, that made it easy.
Ouch. It's on principle. It's on principle.
Damn, that was cold. That was cold. All right, so Matt wins, but that's I'm rooting for you, Eric. All right, table
Oh,
5.
Somebody familiar.
Joe Frith, great, good guy from good player and good guy from South Bay. But Ben Kerr, the gentleman on the, I'm gonna read Joe's list, but then you can read your own.
Okay.
Joe's running Ogre Cons, a Shaman, Wizard Master on Shamanism, Iron Fist, Ritual Bloodletter, Liger's Tongue, Crystal Ball. 2 Mammoth Hunters, one with Mammoth Hide Cloak, Iron Fist, Heart Ripper, Hunting Spear, Troll Eater, Leader of the Pack. The other one with Karkadon's Resilience. Great Weapon, Kagadai's Legacy, Hunting Spear, Vanguard General, with Wild Heart, so it's a Wild Heart list. A 3rd Mammoth Hunter, BSB, Light Armor, Iron Fist, Hunting Spear. 16 Tigers, 6 Tribesmen with Iron Fist, 22 Scraplings, 6 Yetis, 5 Yetis, Frost Mammoth, Slave Giant with a club, Slave Giant with a club, both with their big brother. And then his extra giant is Iron Fist, Big Brother, Well Fed.
And well fed gives you an extra wound.
So he's got 9 wounds on that giant.
Yes.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
Oof.
All right,
Ben, what are you bringing?
I have a Herald, a Adept to Alchemy with the book, and a Binding Scroll. 3 times 10 Lust Warriors for core. 5 Heldrax, paired weapons, banner of discipline, 5 flayers, 2 elders with paired weapons, and 2 giants with clubs. And then my extra is Big Brother, Tribal Spear, and the Bowling Rock.
Bowling Rock is like what, a thrown weapon?
It's like a strength 5, yeah, ranged attack.
I want to hear stories about what that does over the course of the tournament.
Well, and Ben's part of the bet, so he's got to take pictures to tell us those stories.
That's right. That's right. Good call. He's not going to take pictures. I think
No,
we all
he's
know
not.
that.
We know that.
I have a hard enough time remembering my div attribute on the Herald, so taking pictures is...
Yeah, for sure. If he
Plus,
takes
like,
pictures, he won't cast the div attribute even once
Yeah.
all tournament, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah. Game 3, I will be very drunk, so it won't even matter at that point.
You don't need to actually play with your list. You need to push the monsters forward. Push the elders forward.
I want you to march that giant up and just roll that rock right through a unit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it.
So Joe's got a lot of killy things. These monster hunters are really good against monsters. The man hunters are really good against monsters.
Yeah.
And so many giants. So he's got a lot of very mobile, small units. And Ben also has 2 spells. You couldn't find
No, I have
Infinity somewhere.
I have the Herald, so I have 5
Yeah, the
spells.
Herald's got.
Oh, the
spells.
Herald's there. Oh, right, there he is. Sorry.
Yeah.
I like Joe's list for this tournament a lot. I think this is the equivalent of a zoo gun line when you run all the monster hunters, the mammoth hunters, and then because they can walk around the terrain. They hit really well.
Everything Vanguards in that whole list.
Yeah, it's super fast. He's got 3 towering presence for the scoring, plus his regular scoring units, which are what else?
The
Let's try.
tribes and the grapplings, yeah. So he's got 5.
I've seen the 16 saber test saber-tooth tigers before. It looks really cool. It just doesn't do too much. They take a lot of wounds.
Yeah. My question is like, what's he got to take care of the elders? Yeah, he can throw the hunting spear at
3
them a few
spears.
times.
3 spears, yeah.
I don't know. I think that's unreliable, but that's just my thoughts.
Hit on 2+, wound on 4s.
Yeah.
strength
and then
6, I thought-
He's got to be careful with that BSB though. I mean, like that guy being out in the wind, is not great because he has basically no armor, right? He's a 5-up. If I don't miss my guess.
4 up. Because
4
they
up?
have innate 1, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So he's
I mean,
naked.
So
4 up.
like if he steps out to throw a hunting spear, he's gonna take all of the magic to follow
Definitely.
the turn.
Right. Yeah.
So I think it's. I mean, Kagdai's Legacy is another one that, like, if he gets it into the right thing and he manages to hit, it could mess up one of those others pretty fast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's going to be 4 giants on this battlefield.
Yeah.
it's epic. It's a lot of beef.
I don't win the scoring or objective this game. Just like I'm the worst. Because I have 8 scoring units.
Yeah,
Man, I think it's real close to an even match, but because I want Ben to lose the overall bet,
God damn it.
lose the roast bet, I'm going for Joe. Go Joe, go.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
4 of your scoring units are going to be frenzy though by the objective.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about it at all. They're gonna
Frenzy,
charge.
LD,
They're gonna
8
no BSB is. Hey, it's leadership 9. Eldrax are 9.
on the giant, roaring giants.
The Giants have they're 8. Or
yeah, I think they're 8.
Oh, they're not great.
Yeah.
They're definitely charging. The Giants are like my pseudo chaff, if I'm being honest.
Sure.
There's not much CD to chaff in Joe's list. Maybe the man.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he does with the Mammoth Hunters. Because you can't put them in the same unit together. So one of them's got to go in the 6 Yetis, one of them goes in the 5 Yetis, and one goes in the Sabertooth. The leader of the pack goes in the Sabertooth Tigers, I guess.
Yeah.
The Yeti's Vanguard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his Yeti's Vanguard and the Saber-Tooth Tiger's Vanguard.
I think I mean, if it was me, I would start with those units and I would quickly leave.
I mean, that depends on what Ben chooses for the manifestations of Herald. Does he take Sorcerer Immortal, Veilwalker, and Grave Calls and just go, hi, step out and die? Or does he go for a more offensive build because he needs the Strength 6 to deal with, the Mammoth or, whatever? I mean, that's going to depend. What Ben chooses there is probably going to determine how he plays those Mammoth Hunters. At least I would think that would be what it would do. Yeah. Because if he doesn't have Grave Calls or whatever, then, I mean, Hellfire doesn't scare him for the most part. I mean, the one guy that's only got a 4+, that'll scare him a little bit. The other guy's got, decent more save and
Two of
regen.
them have 4-ups.
Yeah, but the other one's got what regen? 4 regen?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
The one has a 3-up, 4-up. The other one's just 4-up, toughness 6, and then the one's 4-up, toughness 5.
Yeah.
so doesn't care as much as they would the Grave Cause. But, I mean, if you don't choose that, then maybe he feels more comfortable running them out there. I don't know.
I mean, you can't magic all those hunters,
Wow.
and you only that's all your only range is your Herald. So I think he's got to carry a pretty good burden on this to get rid of some of those units.
I mean, that model is undercosted by like 200 points, so I'm sure he can manage it.
He's all right.
He doesn't fight that well anymore, right? So
He fights well enough.
He's
6 attacks and offense 9? Yeah, he's
Yeah.
okay.
He hits almost everything on 2s.
He hits everything in this army on 2s.
Yeah. I think
Except for the
it's.
fairy guys. Yeah.
I think this is I think the problem is that the stuff that Joe is really, really good at, Ben's list is better at, which is like rushing and fighting. And so I think it's a little bit of like a mismatch for Joe, right? On top of shamanism probably not being like super impactful or at least really easy to spell priority. I think it actually could be hard for you to win the objective though, Ben, because I think he's going to be like up on your side of the board pretty fast. So you'd have to like get around him somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd give the edge to Ben.
Last Warriors is very interesting. Well, we'll make you give away your secrets on what you're doing with those guys, but I guess they're kind of your chaff, you guys.
Don't start saying anything. Secret.
Yeah.
I'll go with Ben.
Come on. Come
Ken
on.
fucking doesn't believe in me, but it's cool. Alright. Alex, who you
Moving
going?
on. Oh,
I'll take Joe.
Oh, alright.
All right.
Our
Even
first
split.
2 decisions, yeah.
Aaron, I feel safe already, man. I think we're good. We just
I'm voting for myself.
obviously.
Nice.
Table 6, we got Ben Beal on KOE and Obi Pennington on O&G. Ben's running the Duke General on a War Horse, Fortress of Faith. Blessed Inscriptions, Crown of the Wizard King, Mike Grailoth, Damsel on a Barded War Horse, Master on Divination, Wafers of Penance, Potion of Strength. Paladin BSB, Double Aether Icon, Bastard Sword, Essence of Mithril, Obsidian Rock, Piety, Questing Oath, and Bastard Sword. A Castellan, which you never see, on a horse with a halberd, Master at Arms, and a Castellan Heavy Armor Bannerman with the Legion banner. And a third
2 of
Castellan.
those.
There's 3 Castellans with the same thing, Bannerman Legion standard. 12 Knights Aspirant with Banner of the Last Charge. 58 Peasants. 24 Peasant Bowmen with the Braziers. 23 Knights Forlorn with a Flaming Standard. 6 Grail Knights, Stalker Standard. A Feudal Giant with Knighted Giant and Big Brother. And 2 Scorpions. And then his extra giant is a Feudal Giant with Big Brother, Surf Helper, and Giant Club.
The Surf Helper is, just so we can get that out of the way, he has a shield. That's it.
And the Night Giant gives him a lance, I believe, right?
Yeah, the Knight of Giants gives him the dev charge plus 3 strength, so he goes to strength 8 on the charge. Impetuous, so he rerolls his charge distance.
Marco sculpted that amazing feudal giant. There'll be a couple of those grabs from the free giant grab bag. I printed a bunch of those because that's going to be super cool.
They get the blessing, the giants?
The feudal one gets the Oath of Fealty, so I don't know if he gets the blessing or not. I have to look.
That's he helps leadership with insignificant.
Oh.
He has impetuous and devastating charge, yeah, but he doesn't have that ward.
He doesn't have blessing. Okay.
No. Obi's on O and G. He's got Orc Warlord, General, Iron Orc, Paired Weapon, Shady Shanking, Plate Armor, Tuck Scarred, Talisman of Shielding, Lucky Charm, Orc Shaman, Fair Orc Shaman, Wizard Master on Shamanism, Paired Weapons, Binding Scroll, Orc Chief on a Wyvern, Paired Weapons, Obsidian Rock, 35 Orc Ed Bashers, the Feral Ones, Paired Weapons, Green Tide Banner, 22 Goblins, Cave Goblins with bows and one Madgit? One Madgit, I think.
Yeah, 22, you only take one.
Yeah, 24 Iron Orcs with Green Tide, Nasher Wrecking Team, Catapult with the Orc Overseer, a Gargantula with a Web Launcher, a Great Green Idol, and then just a regular old no upgrades giant. His
giant.
His extra giant is a Big Brother Wrecking Ball leggy Lucky Rock. 2 Luck Rocks.
So it's a giant fanatic.
Right. How does he get to stomp if he's a fanatic?
Yes, he does get this.
Right?
You do fight in combat with it. It's you just get the auto hits with that one.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
This guy
grind
took
attack
your
D6.
theme.
He gets random
Very
movement 3
seriously,
6
Alex.
and D6 plus X grind.
Yeah.
But
Whoa.
so it's not, you don't need the impact. What does Shambhala do?
Shambhala
That's
is
3-6 movement.
the random move. If he rolls the same number, he takes wounds or something like that.
But the really good thing is
but
he's leggy, which gives him Strider. So he will never hurt himself going into a forest.
All the DTs.
Yeah,
that's actually pretty smart.
That's smart. That's really smart.
So
I feel like taking an ONG list without a BSB is a bold move.
He did that on the Great Green Idol, right? But he didn't do that.
Yeah.
I want to say I printed all these giants for people, and I for this one, for the Orcs Goblin one, I took an odd goblin. I just made him a huge size. So there's this guy with this giant wrecking ball with this resin thing. And awesome. 6 people picked that as their first giant. Obi paid first, so he got it, but it was so popular. I'm like, man, I didn't know people love it one so much.
So and
the model count of Obi army is way less than usual. He usually has so many units.
Yeah, true.
So remind me what the Master at Arms and the Bannermen do for the Castellan.
The Castellan.
So the Bannerman lets him take the Legion standard. So that 58 peasant level is like a combat res.
Combat res.
Yeah.
It's a lot of parry combat res.
It'll be static. What? 7? 6.
Pretty nice. And what does Master at Arms do?
I think it's Weapon
Master Arms gives you +1 attack and Weapon Master. Yeah. He's a chaff piece.
Yeah. I'm wondering why there isn't more. This is like a cowboy, like the Cowboy Junior.
Yeah.
Castilians.
Super Cowboy Junior.
So you would think they would put the Castellans on horses so they could all just be chaffing. That's a super cheap chaff, 120 points, and not even That's way better than some yeomen.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Might Duke is a big, scary problem for Obi's entire army.
Duke can one-shot a lot of his stuff.
And the Scorpions are also quite nice for him.
Game.
That Wyvern is going to be scared to death.
Yeah.
I shoot you, I hit you, I wound you, you take 3 wounds minimum.
Yeah.
Scorpions! And so he's strength 7 on the charge with that Might Duke. Reroll and wound.
And
Plus, you got the crown of the Wizard King for an
And he
extra
gets
little
the
who knows
extra
what.
attacks
There's
too.
no style points
Oh,
for no hippogriff.
Yeah.
and Fortress gives him breath all the time, right? That's the reroll one.
Yeah. So he rerolls
Yeah.
once. So
Yeah, I
he's
mean, that's-
hitting on 2s against the big stuff and wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s,
Yes.
doubling
Does it
his
matter?
attacks.
How much can that guy kill in the
That
battlefield?
guy can one shot the giant, one shot the gargantula. Maybe the great.
Idle.
But in
Idle,
6
yeah.
turns, how many of those can he get into?
Yeah, sure.
He's gonna kill all 3.
I mean, also the div is nice.
Yeah,
I mean, it's only
unerring
21
space.
inches,
Yeah.
but he can use that, in theory, pretty effectively.
And potion of strength. I can't wait for her to bop somebody
Whack.
from the back rank. Just take 4 wounds.
Yeah.
Undamsel like.
I'm gonna give it to Ben.
I'm going with Ben. He's a Pacific Northwest guy. He's the only
Yeah,
one. We had
Ben's
a
a good
couple
guy.
more people who were coming down, but COVID prevented that. So there's just the 2 of us coming down. But
Do you ever play him on? I mean, you're in Seattle, right?
yeah, so I've
Yeah.
played him a couple times because he lives down in Portland.
Right. Do you guys get to play those guys very often?
Not in the last year and a half because of COVID, but before that I did, yeah. But yeah, he's a good guy.
Ben's a great guy.
We're driving down
Obi,
together.
Obi's coming out of Reading. I think this is one. He plays this once a year. And he always comes, and it's a great time.
Awesome.
So
Obi
he's kind of north,
signed up.
so-
Obi signed up for my tournament as a mercenary.
okay,
Someone pick him up.
oh, that's good. I
I'll
think he does
take
Joe
Ben.
Finlayson really well too. They used to be out of Red, both in Reading.
Who'd you say, Chris?
Take Ben.
Ben? Okay.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
Ben's got it.
Yeah, I'll have to go Ben too. Sorry, Obi.
In sweep for Ben. All right, Ben, don't let us down.
Those 35 Orc Ed Bashers though could really make a mess. And then-
Yeah, if anything can kill 58 peasant levies real quick, it's 35
Yeah.
orc head bashers.
the Levies are definitely dead. And that Nasher, the Knights hate the Nashers.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think it'll actually be pretty close, but I give the edge to Ben.
All
Don't let
right.
us down, Ben.
Don't let us down, Ben. Don't worry. We
Yeah,
got
did
10
you
hours
choose-
to talk about how we can win. We're driving down together, so.
Oh, nice.
Aaron, you chose Ben.
Yeah.
Okay.
Queen's
Moving on. Let's see. Table 7, we got Rick Levin on Soaring Ancients and James Starr on EOS. Rick's running the Saurian Warlord General on the Alpha, Super Dex, Starfall Chard, Crown of the Wizard King. He's got a Skink Captain on a Taurosaur, BSB with the Spirit of the Stampede. He's got a
Hell
Skink
yeah.
Priest on a Palanquin on Druidism, Apprentice on Druidism, and the Sun Tablet. He's got 30 Warriors with Piranha and Banner of Speed, 15 Warriors Piranha, 8 Raptor Riders, 3 Ramphidons, both of them with shields, a Salamander, a Spearback, 5 Chameleons, and a Stygiosaur with the Mystic Traveler. And he's running his extra giant is Lucky Rock Bowling Rock.
I think
So he's
there's
got-
a flamethrower salamander on there that got messed up in my cell equation, so I'll double check that as we talk here.
Oh, so he has the Salamander pet.
Flamethrowers.
That is a cool.
That's actually pretty
giant.
cool too, yeah.
Yeah.
Double salamanders for game 3. Chris, you'll play him game 3, don't worry.
And James is running EOS with a Marshal General on a dragon, Crystal Ball, Imperial
Yeah.
Prince.
Oh, shit. I don't think
Yeah.
I've seen an Empire Dragon in so long.
Right.
That's awesome.
He's got a Marshal BSB, Black Steel Binding Scroll, Wizard on a Great Griffin, Alchemy. He's an Adept on Alchemy and the Dragon Staff. He's got a Wizard Adept on Cosmology. A Prelate with Willow's Ward and Alchemist Alloy. 50 heavy infantry with halberds and rending banner. 20 handguns with the Marksman's Pendant and a champion with a repeater gun, 20 crossbows, 6 Knights of the Sun Griffin with Flaming Standard, Arcane Engine, Arcane Shield, a cannon, and a steam tank. And his extra giant is a giant club with giant repeater. What's the giant
I
repeater?
don't think he gets
The volley
giant
gun.
club, but I
Okay.
don't think he gets both. I think the giant club might be a typo. You can't take both of them.
Yeah, let me confirm that too.
Yeah, you can't. It's one choice only, so it's just the volley gun. But it's a volley gun on a giant, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Sounds good.
Strength 4, AP 4. Fuck that.
So this is Rick's list, the Soaring Ancient list. Is he ran this at almost the same thing at
Jobs.
SoCal, and he did pretty damn well with it.
He did.
Is this the
That's
one
a-
you played, Aaron?
Round 5, yeah.
Oh, man, this guy
he
20'd you.
did. He tweaked I think he added the crown. We talked about it quite a bit. He was pretty frustrated with the magic phase, I think. Just having 4 spells before. So he added the crown to get that 5th spell in.
He's got
So
5 spells. That's good. Plus, he's gonna get shamanism every round and make the alpha impossible to kill.
exactly.
Unless he gets like one of 2 cannons.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got hard target, so that helps a little bit. Alex has lots of blocking terrain, so that helps.
And Starfall gives him the ward against flaming, which will be good against the alchemy here. Yeah.
I mean, I'm still going James.
Because he's got the Martial Dragon, the good old.
Yeah, he's
Empire
got the dragon. He's also running 6 Sun Griffin Knights with no one ever does.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you pay a lot of points for extra strength 6 attacks. 1 extra strength 6 attack.
Those guys could. I think that's one of the few units that probably could manage the piranhas like front on, right?
Yeah,
I think
pretty
as long as the alpha
easy.
doesn't get into that unit, I don't think that Rick has a lot of answers for it.
Can you take the engine on a BSB?
Yeah,
No.
you can. Yeah, you can.
Oh, the I was thinking you meant the arcane engine.
No, the Saurian Ancient
Oh,
engine.
yeah.
Because that
Yeah,
would have
Engine of
helped
the
him
Ancients.
a lot. Yeah. Because the ward save against the cannons would have been huge.
Yeah. I mean, the stink kind of counters the like Alex's terrain thing a bit because it can move around.
Move and shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
It can move straight though.
Yeah.
Can't move around things. So in the giant update, there was the little pet salamander on the other giant, and I just didn't catch that on the James's giant. So James, stay tuned for an update to James's giant, but they're not putting around
that's
one.
just the points. That is the points. 345 is with the giant repeater, so he just doesn't have the club.
No,
Because the
easy.
repeater's 80. And it's 265 base.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm sure the Giant
Okay.
Club is just a typo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, yeah, I'm going James. I think as long as the Rampant Riders don't get into his back line too quickly.
Yeah.
He has a ton of scoring units because he has. Does the steam tank count as towering in this?
The steam tank is towering.
Is it? Or is it a
No, it's just-
large
It's just large.
construct?
Large construct.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
guess-
It might be towering. I don't know. Let's look.
I don't think it is.
Towering rarely matters. No. Oh, it is. It's towering, but it's not gigantic.
Oh.
So yeah. So he's got a ton of scoring units. So
And
he's got
all those
both.
Griffin Raiders count as scoring too, with the special zoo rules for the zoo scoring towering presence rule.
1, 2,
So he's got the
3,
dra-
4,
the dragon,
5,
the
6,
griffin, the
7, 8. He's got
snake.
8, 9, 9 scoring units.
Jeez.
It's going to be hard to keep him off that objective.
Yeah.
And then again, there's the leadership thing too. I guess his general flies, but his Griffin Knights are going to be LD8 frenzy by that objective.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
So he's going to have to, if he can bait them right, and with the Rapton Riders maybe,
Mm-hmm.
he could probably get them in a bad situation. That we call the Sarno guy Carnal Bro, and he kills that dragon guy pretty fast.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah,
kills it.
definitely.
He won.
Kills pretty much everything pretty fast, but can he kill all of it fast enough? Is the
The
question.
Sun Griffin Knights don't have a champ, which is interesting. So both of those characters can go in there and just wreck them.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I see Star. Star's been around. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he's
I see him just sitting there parking on an objective and saying, "Here's 2 cannons a turn. If you really want to come after me, I'm going to take what points I can get. I'm going to eke out a 12, 13, 14 point win." So I'll take Star.
I think push objective leans to James because of the ranged.
Right. And if Rick tries to push, then that's when it can open up into a bigger win.
Either way.
Yep.
For sure.
All right, anybody going Rick?
I'll go Rick.
All
Yeah,
right,
I'm gonna go Rick too.
All right, cool.
I think
He's-
he's got 2 bowling balls. Like, I know it's not the traditional Empire gun line because of all it's a little fightier, but his dragon it really isn't that helpful against this.
Well, it does have. So the guy up top has the auto wound AP10 thing.
Mhm.
So he's got force attacks that auto wound in our AP10.
Yep, he's got Star Stall.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
he wants to go into that Torosaur, not the Alpha.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he one shots that Torosaur. I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
because it's 2s by auto wound.
Yeah.
Or 3s by auto wound.
And then the Dragon's
Nah.
3s by 4s.
I'm changing my vote to Rick. I'm sorry to James. I'm sorry, Rick. I want to vote for Soaring Ancients. But man,
That the one sword.
oh,
on
The
the
one
it's the
sword
Sonstall.
changes
It's the
everything.
Sonstall.
Imperial.
That's
I
all.
haven't seen that thing in a long time either. I guess people don't really have the
No
fight.
one-
Empire guys.
No one
I
runs
see
it.
that
Unless
all
your
the
name's
time.
unless your name's Phil Carl, no one runs it.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. No, Carl.
Loves it.
All right.
All right,
Cool.
moving
Table
on.
8. Going.
Josh
I took it.
Gurin
Josh Gurin.
versus Luke DeGallon. Josh is on Warriors. Luke's on Saurians. Josh has got the Feldrake Ancestor General paired weapon Super Dex. He's got a Doom Lord on a Wasteland Behemoth with Burning Portent.
Poor.
Oh, poor Doom Lord.
Man.
Dude, that's awesome.
He's got a Sorcerer Veilwalker on a Black Steed, a Master on Occultism. He's got 20 Warriors with paired weapon. He's got the Greed.
Yep.
And a Random Bender. He's got 8 Barb Horsemen with great weapons. He's got 10 Chosen on Envy and a Rending Banner. He's got a Chimera, 5 Warhounds, and an Elder with paired weapons. And his extra giant is Favored Giant with Lucky Rock.
So that giant can take challenges, and he has
Yeah,
a
and
3
have-
armor save.
Yeah. And trophy rack, so he gets like the extra discipline stuff and combat res if he wins challenges.
Yeah, he can roll panic tests, and what else? What are the
It
tests?
rerolls all discipline checks with the trophy rack.
So March block test too.
Yeah.
Luke's running the Saurian Ancients. He's got a Warlord on an Alpha
Is that
also.
3 alphas that we've seen so far? Or 2?
No, just 2. This is the second one.
Just
Sure.
2? Okay, cool.
He's got Super Dex, he's got Starfall Shard and Obsidian Rock. He's got a Quaddle BSB General with Protean, so he's got all the level 1 spells and Grasp the Immortal. He's got 25 Warriors with Spear and Crocodile. 15 Braves with Poison Javelins, 15 Braves with just Shields, 6 Cayman with Halberds, 5 Raptor Riders, 3 Pterodons, 3 Daradons, a Taurosaur with a Great Bow, and a Stygiusaur with a Mystic Traveler. His extra giant has the Salamander and 2 Lucky Rocks.
My question here is, how bad did Josh pregame the night before?
That is
So
a big
this
factor.
year, we're at my place, and Chris has to be here. I don't know how we're gonna hang out here, so there won't be any bars going on. I don't think, which is good for COVID things, but we'll see. I think he's gonna be here and then drive back to Sacramento. So I don't think he's gonna have a lot of opportunity to pregame Josh style
Josh
this year.
Josh will
he's
find
gonna hear,
it. Don't
he's gonna
worry.
hear this.
He will
and
find
take
it.
that as a direct challenge to possible when he's here.
Right, Josh is going to bring his own. That's my guess. But I think that, I mean, everybody over there is sad to see that alpha on the other side of the board. The ancestor wants no part of that. Even with super decks, I don't think the ancestor wants any part of that alpha. The behemoth definitely doesn't want any part of it because, I've got a flaming sword against the guy who's immune to flaming.
Yeah, that's a hard counter.
Right. I mean, Veilwalker's going to be great. He's going to be able to blast, 18-inch grave calls and that sort of stuff. But I think that alpha can just say, you don't come within 20 inches of me, which kind of eliminates that as a problem. So I think I go with Luke here.
I'm wondering how often Josh plays Sean, because that's the same matchup all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, those 10 chosen, though, eat everything in Luke's list.
That's a good point. And Envy, so they're rerolling ones when they charge, and they should charge.
There'll be 3s rerolling 1s with the rending, so even the crocodile guys don't get a great save. And then 20 greed with rending can go to AP4 with the great weapons.
Yeah, 3 with halberds.
Yeah.
I'm hearing like Luke's got the best general. Everything else in Josh's list kills everything else in Luke's list.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
How much lifting can do?
Yeah, I mean, the Cloud's still got Spark that he'll be firing off the Ancestor. He can choose, I don't know what all spells he can go through and choose with Protean that he would. But yeah, the rest of it's pretty much going to be sit back and, avoid getting charged too much, use the sentries as chaff, shoot with the bow, with the Taurus sword, blast with the, I just think that alpha can just rule the battlefield other than against that mage. And the mage may want to stay out of range.
He gets a couple wounds on the alpha, though. He can't even, the ancestors 2s by 3s against him, and he goes first.
I think you guys are underestimating the magic phase a little bit. He's got a heal, right? Healing waters, know thy enemy, which swings all those combats that you guys just described, right? That means that he can fight Simo, or the chosen are hitting his warriors on 4s, right? Instead of 3s, right? I mean, he's got spectral.
No, it's still 3s. Because their defensive 3 goes to 5 and chosen are 6.
There's the warriors are defensive 3.
Yeah. Story warriors are awful.
I thought they were defense 4.
No.
Really?
No.
They're offense 4. Oh, okay.
They're offense 3 also. They're strength 4.
Wow.
They are bred for multiplicity.
Got it. Okay.
And slowness.
I still think that it creates a lot of weird dispel priorities and key combats. For sure.
Because Lash does good against some of like the chosen and things like that.
And then he's got Awaken the Beast.
He's got another channel with the Mystic Traveler, so his magic face is a little bit tooled up.
I think that's a lot of buffs, like combat buffs, that can skew those.
Well, he doesn't have Awaken the Beast. He doesn't get Awaken the Beast. The Quaddle doesn't.
The
Stygius sword does though, right?
Oh, it's Stygius sword. My bad.
Yeah. And he does have Obsidian Rock on the Warlord,
which is nice, yeah.
Which helps with the cultism, because that makes Graves like what, a 14? Yeah. I mean,
it's 5 dice. It's fine. Josh will do it every turn.
Yeah, Josh will 5 dice it. Don't worry.
Josh will 5 dice that every turn.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I think it's a pretty swingy and like relatively even-ish matchup overall. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Luke's played Saurians forever, so he knows his army really well.
I agree, and I think he's also up on the chaff game. He's got the 2 pterodons, which are really good.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be close. I agree with you guys, but I'm going for Luke.
I'm going Josh. See if he can let me down again. Last time he let me down, so it's fine.
I'm gonna go Josh, because I think he's gonna get the secondary. So I think it's gonna be a 10-10 secondary win to Josh.
Oh, there you go.
Are we not allowed to pick a draw?
No.
No, come on.
No draws. Because you have to, for the bet, you have to.
I've got to pick Luke, because he's Garage Empire and he's Infernal Zoe.
So we have 2 Lukes. Alex says Josh. I say Josh. Chris.
Luke.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Against
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Table 9.
My daughter's
table.
name's Zoe, so I type that name a lot. Apparently.
All right.
Jack Kelly, is he actually going to show up, Alex?
Jack Kelly.
Yes, I just texted. He texted me like 2 seconds ago. He's
All
gonna
right.
hear. I told him we're doing the show. He's coming up
He
with his
better
job.
show up. He better show up. What was it last
You've
year? He
broken
dropped
my-
out last minute.
Broken my heart so many times.
You're a
All
heartbreaker,
right.
Jack.
So Stefan is running Dread Elves with a Warlock, Outcast, Wizard Master on Cosmology with Destiny's Call and Serene Scales. He's got a Dread Prince General, a Seal of the Republic, Great Weapon, Crippling Frost, Moithir's Mirror, a Temple Exarch with on Alchemy, BSB, Paired Weapon, Lacerating Touch, Mask of the Warcrow, and a Silent Assassin. He's got 30 Celexian Spears with Executioner's Icon. He's got 20 Temple Militant with Banner Speed, 15 Celexian Auxiliaries, 20 Obsidian Guard with Eye of the Gorgon, Divine Altar, Effigy of Dread, 5 Black Cloaks, Repeater Battery, and a Hydra. His extra giant is a Dreaded Mask Giant and Big Brother Upset Tummy.
Upset tummy makes you start with 1 less wound and 1 more attack, so you're pre-wounded. It gives you 15 points back.
Dreaded Mask is Dev Charge, Distracting, and he gets Twisted Effigy as a balance spell.
That's pretty darn good.
And the model has Scent of Blood, so he gets the extra charge range and all that stuff.
All right, so Jack's on Warriors. He's got an Exalted Herald. He's got a Chosen Lord General on a Karkadon, Trophy Rack, Aether Icon, Shield, Burning Portent, Immortal Gauntlets, Potion of Swiftness, Envy, Dark Prelate. It's a lot. He's got...
It's so expensive.
That's a lot. 25 Warriors with Halberd on Sloth and a Legion banner. 5 Fallen, 5 Chosen Knights on Envy and with a Rending banner. Chimera with Wings, a Warrior Chariot, and a Helmaw with 1 Ominous Gateway. His extra giant is a Marauding Giant with Favored Giant and Lucky Rock.
That he literally can't spend 10 points on anything because it's a Warriors list and his character's maxed.
But that Chosen
That is,
Lord, he's...
that's a 2 score, like in traditional, not including Alex, as a 2 scoring.
Yeah, 2 scoring
Yes.
list, yeah.
Bold.
So yeah, this is Jack's MO. This is what Jack wants to paint. It's as brutal list as he can paint. Is what Jack goes. There's a joke that Henry does in all his podcasts because somebody said once when they looked at my list, like, I think this is all the models Alex has. It's totally untrue. I have all the models. And but Jack's like, this is what Jack wants to paint. So it's a
and
pretty
Jack's
low
a
model
great
count for
painter.
me.
Jack's a great painter.
He is.
Wait, his list's illegal. You can't take 25 Sloth Warriors. Because
No.
it caps
It caps at 20.
Yeah.
That should
Uh-oh.
have been.
He's
Caught.
over in core anyways.
That
He's
should have
way
been
over.
caught by the
Let me find out.
He's over in
Let me
core
double check real quick.
235. Am I reading that right?
Should have caught that.
Let me double check real quick. Because it used to be
And
you
he's
could only
not
take.
he's not maxed on characters.
It's only 1535.
Oh no, they
35.
changed it. It's 25 still.
Oh,
They upped it.
Yeah,
the last
it's coming like legal if I'm the recruit.
Oh, he's good then. That's a hella expensive Warriors unit. 1,000 points per core unit.
That's the core.
I think having only the 3 spells from the Herald is. Oh no, he's got Prelate. Okay, that's better.
Yeah, Prelate, but Prelate is they're just combat buffs really.
And it's only own unit as well.
Only its own
yeah.
unit, which he's gonna go in
Chosen Knights.
Chosen
Right,
Knights.
yeah.
So,
But you know the Herald is going to take spell number 1 as Comet, which the Dreadle player is going to have to stop.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good point.
So, and then Hellfire comes in.
Yep.
And then, I just think there's a lot of things Steven has to stop, which will allow Jack to get in other spells he wants.
Also,
Yep.
this is the kind of list you can cast Bubble Pentagram from, because like nothing in
Yo.
his list cares about Bubble Pentagram.
Right.
Yeah. Ouch.
Um,
And then there's the Helma too, which so I'm guessing Jack's gonna be trying to pop those warriors somewhere useful.
Right.
Or the
His
Chosen
25
Knights with
warriors
the-
popping across the
yeah.
board, or 6 Chosen Knights with the Lord with the burning portal.
Yeah, with a super burnt lord. Yeah.
It's hard leaving your Lord out of action that long to move him around.
Hmm.
He's just not doing anything for a large part of the game if he's popping through those
That's
portals.
a lot of points, but I think the Dread Elf list actually has options against, because the +1 to wound doesn't care about the sloth. Like, you don't want to take 5 Chosen Knights into 30 spears with battle focus. And the chance of having, because he's got the bound, what's it's called? What's the 4 of witchcraft? I'm
Oh.
blanking on it.
Wheel turns.
Wheel turns, yeah. So he's got bound wheel turns.
Does the Exarch give the Warsmith if he's a BSB now?
No,
Or
I don't
does he
think
just lose the second spell? Does he lose the adept, or does he also lose Warsmith?
Let me look real quick.
Because those 20
It
militants
changed that, yeah.
with that would be pretty saucy against this. against this.
No, yeah, you lose Warsmith altogether.
You do? Okay.
A couple good
Um,
chariot charges makes a mess of those Dark Elves.
Yeah, he wants to take those chariots off.
Yeah. Yeah.
The 20 Obsidian Guard are pretty rough to deal with as a Warriors player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What does Eye of the Gorgon do?
It gives them
It's
a Gorgon
the-
gaze thing. They get
the Deuce's
Medusa.
Stand. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the Divine Elf.
the Black Cloaks are good to constrain the Herald or try to go hunt the Helma, for
Mhm.
example. The repeater batteries will do some work. 'Cause they can,
the Strength 5 shooting's good against Warriors.
yeah. I don't know. This is tough. I mean, Stefan has a lot of board control pieces because he's like very MMU. Like he can afford to lose some things if he starts chipping away at stuff. I think it's going to come down to how Jack plays the Helma, basically. Like if he can turn that into an objective win kind of a
Yeah.
play
Yeah, that's a good point.
and take off soft points. I think it could lean Jack, but Stefan's definitely got the tools to take off that kind of a warrior list, I would say.
That Dread Prince could actually kill that Chosen Lord, though. He just
Yes.
nerfs all of his attacks.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because he what is it? Is it every hit or every wound that he takes a
Every hit is -1 attack.
so he'll strike first.
If he charges,
Simo.
they go Simo, but otherwise he goes first.
And then he's hitting on
5
Threes.
attacks hitting on 3s.
wounding on 2s.
Hitting on 2s.
Yeah.
No, he's
No,
hitting
so-
on 3s by 2.
3s. So yeah, so he'll get that Chosen Lord down to like a couple of attacks before he can swing.
Chosen Lord has a potion of swiftness.
Oh, does he?
Oh, that's true.
Oh yeah, okay. That makes
He's
a
fine,
difference.
He's going
Makes a big
first.
difference. Yeah.
He's first.
Okay.
In that combat.
And the burning, there's no flame save, so I wouldn't take that charge. That's too risky for me to try to pull that off.
Yeah, with the swiftness, definitely.
There's not a lot of AP on that Chosen Lord is the problem. Right? Oh, burning
I
portal.
mean, pretty much AP10 here.
Yeah, that's right. It's strength 5 and teeth. Yeah, I
He
don't
pops
know if I would put my prince
assassin
into that Chosen Lord.
first. That's what he'd do. Is put the assassin in that unit the turn he tries to charge him. Tank the challenge with the assassin. Or the champ. And then
He'll just hold this. He'll just hold the potion until he gets the prince, right?
yeah. But the assassin could do some damage to the Chosen Lord if he doesn't pop the potion.
I mean, they all have to be rocked up in the Obsidian Guard, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, probably.
it's gonna be tough not to take some chariots.
Or the spears, maybe. I mean, that spear unit outputs a ton of damage.
Actually,
Solid battle focus. Rerolling ones to wound because Mask of the War Crow.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a tough one. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be really swingy. It's going to come down to like if Stefan can get off the
Is
multi-charges.
Stefan a seasoned player or is he?
Pretty new.
No, he's
Pretty
newer
new.
to the South Bay area.
he came in with Derrick from Utah, and they've played before, but they've been playing a lot lately too. So, but
Huh.
at the same time, Jack hasn't been playing at all.
I was gonna say, time Jack's played, I guess, is the better question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So-
think
Jack's been playing for years, so
I think they're gonna
apologize
push together
if
and
Jack keeps
just
asking questions about rules.
Yeah, this is gonna be everything fights in the middle.
yeah, it's gonna
I
be
think
everything
it's gonna
fights
be
in the middle, and
nice
I
rolls,
think the Dread Elves pull it out with everything fights in the middle.
Okay. Kenyon with the bold prediction. Stefan for the win over Jack Kelly. All right.
All right, Kenyon chooses Stefan.
Chris, you got a sly smile on your face, Chris. What's your vote?
I'll go Jack.
Oh, nice.
I just think that the Helmaw is just going to let him, if it ends up all in the middle like that, then the Helmaw is going to pop up somewhere and move something where no good things can happen for the Dirt Elf player.
Yeah.
And if that happens, then things can just start to cascade. It's not foolproof, but he's got enough wounds to soak, a bunch of strength 5 shooting or, a few things like that potentially. So I'll give Jack. I'll go with my old Wood Elf friend Jack.
Yeah, with the Helma getting the Dread Elf Prince being on foot, you can kind of get away from him.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Jack because he's a gambler, and if his dice hit, he takes chances, and then you hit those big numbers, and it just works out. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what he's gonna do, and if he gets lucky, it'll work out.
Yeah, I'll go Jack. Just banking on Stefan not having a ton of practice against the Helmaw. Because if you don't know what the Helmaw does, you can really take advantage of it.
Great.
He's gonna be reading it right now. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's just a read up on the Helmaw.
Yeah.
Aaron?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lean Jack as well, but I think it'll be an interesting game.
It'll be a fun game to watch.
Boo.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Oh, look who it's coming up. Mr. Chris Hines, Skaven's AZ himself against Micah Pierce.
This is a good
Yeah,
round
thanks for
one.
giving me the softball my first game, Alex.
Yeah,
Appreciate
this is good round one.
Hmm.
it.
Okay, Chris, let's hear it.
I got the guy with the Doomblade, who's mandatory in VS right now, especially for the Infernal Zoo list with the Potion of Swiftness, because yes, 8-up with the Witchcraft with the Book Mastery. I've got a 8-up to Occultism with a Scroll. I've got an 8-up to Thumb with the Obsidian Rock. The Triumvirate makes them all able to choose all spells between 1 through 6 because the VS book doesn't let you take a Bloody Master. But I'm not complaining about that. Senator General, who's on the litter for 18-inch leadership 8 around the board. You got a Flesh Master who lets any of the old Molder units get a maximized charge off. 47 Black Fur veterans with the Rending Banner, 53 Legionnaires with the Rending Banner, 15 Valites, 12 Fethus Brutes, 29 Disciples with Great Weapon and a Flaming Standard, 2 Cannons, 2 Arena Beasts. And my Giant, because the Verminsworm Giant is now illegal with all sorts of other stuff, I get Life is Cheap. So if you wound the Giant, you only get a half wound for wounding the Giant. And if you kill him with Living Bomb, you take 2d6 Strength 4 to everything within, I think, 12 inches of you. So hopefully I'm playing an Elf player that game, because that would be all sorts of fun. And because he's also Callous, it counts as standard size, I can shoot whoever you're fighting with a cannon. So I have all the fun things planned for that Giant on game 3, so I'm excited to play him.
6 inches, but yeah.
Okay, 6 inches.
Living bomb.
6
But
inches,
it's
that's
from,
good enough.
it's from the Big Brother.
I'm gonna put that announcement to everybody when I put the list out. So his special rules are on the old book and they're not valid anymore. So these are the things I thought were close enough to equivalent and pretty hilarious at the same time. So that's
But we have you to blame if we've
Yeah.
gone through it. Okay. Got it.
Whoever gets
round
Chris
three.
round 3.
Yeah.
All right, and Micah's running warriors. He's got a Doomlord General with Spike Shield, Willow's Ward, Hellforged Armor, and Kingslayer, Ledger of Souls, Talisman of Shielding. He's got a Sorcerer with Veilwalker on a War Dice, Master on Occultism, Heirloom, Rod of Battle, Sorcerer on a Chariot, Apprentice on Evocation, Lord of the Damned, Potion of Strength. He's got a Barb Chief on a Wasteland Behemoth, which he loves, with a Great Weapon. 20 Warriors with Greed and a Zealot's Banner. He's got 10 Barb Horsemen with Great Weapons, 8 Force Swarm with Great Weapons, 5 Flayers with Skinning Lash, a Wretched One, and 2 Forsaken Ones. And his extra giant is a Marauding Giant with Big Brother, Tribal War Spear, Lucky Rock.
So he can join units with that giant that have our barbarians, but he doesn't have any unit barbarians. So he can't. He can
He's
join.
there for the. He's there for the D3 wounds.
Yeah.
To towering.
He can
Just
join the
enough.
horsemen. Can he join the horsemen? I think he can.
Maybe. Let me look.
It's
He
not even
becomes a war
mismatched.
platform, so I don't think so because he doesn't. It doesn't fit right in the bases, so he'd have to be mismatched bases. He doesn't fit in with the.
He does
academic
fit
skill.
with the bases because
He does.
he's
He's 51.
75.
Yeah, but he's 50, 75, right?
Oh yeah, that would be kind of awkward. Oh,
Yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
don't think he can because he doesn't fit as a war platform should because of the base size, meaning that
Oh,
it's illegal to deploy him. So I don't think he could join them.
So let's see. There's a lot of fortitude saves over there for his monsters. Kind of a compact list, and there's what you have 180 models there. What do you got there, Chris?
I mean, it's a small list compared to what I was fielding the last tournament, but yeah, it's 180 or so.
I have
I
fun
mean-
deploying that with all the
Yeah,
full terrain.
I mean, the Fethas have
yeah, deployment
36
phase. So how many total turns you gonna get this tournament?
5 games, 30
Yeah.
turns. 30 turns.
30 turns. All right.
Yeah.
Chris plays
Wow.
pretty fast.
Bold statement.
It's because his movement phase is about 2 minutes.
I sit here, I shoot you with a cannon if I want to, or I push forward. I mean, it's not hard.
It's like the Skaven they're the vermin swarm. They've got the long deployment, they've got shooting, they've got movement, and they've got combat. So every phase they're playing every phase, and it takes a long deployment. So it's in a lot of rules to explain to people.
Well, I mean, the good thing about playing Micah is Micah will know my rules probably better than I know. So I mean, that's good.
We don't have a vermin swarm player right now. Sean's not high on them.
I also like the fact that he only has an apprentice for Evo because that makes my life much easier.
No snipe, yeah.
No snipey, so come to the Doomblade is what I would love to see.
Oh, he's got the occultism guy for snipe.
Yeah, the one snipe. Make sure you stop that one if I need to, whatever. But yeah, it's only 12 inches because Veilwalker doesn't help that.
Yeah.
So
This would be a good game.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a really good game. Yeah. Shoot, I
I
don't
think
know.
it's gonna
Like,
come down to
you-
the cannons.
Yeah,
I think Chris is gonna have a hard time maneuvering all those units.
I was gonna say, yeah, put like 86 pieces of terrain on his table.
That's there's gonna be that many. So
Perfect.
I like that nobody knows what to say about this matchup. It's a lot of fun.
well, we I don't know much about the vermin swarm these days and how they really have you played a lot of games with them, Chris?
I've played a few.
Yeah, ask him how his last 5 games have gone.
Yeah, they didn't go too well. Last 5 games, hell, last 7 games haven't gone well. No, it's been a very different army to play. You know, we've all been playing, just 45 disciples for so long, or at least other people have been. But it's
right.
difficult to get back to. I've been playing warriors for the past year and a half, so it's a bit difficult to get back to. But
Psychology
Yeah.
test, man.
this is big block Skaven, which I am familiar with, as long as you can keep things within the bubble. If you can't keep things within the bubble with this army, you're going to die. Plain and simple. You must stay compact. You must stay
in one place. I'm not going to be venturing off, with
You get like
units.
3 or 4 bubbles, all these Eagle standards.
Right, but unless you're within 18 inches of the general, it doesn't matter. You have to be in range of the general and within 6 inches of an Eagle standard.
That's 24 inches.
Right.
That's a
but
big. That's a big
18
bubble.
no,
It's a big
18.
bubble.
It's 18 from the general to an Eagle standard,
Yeah.
and then the Eagle standard gives you 6.
Right. So you got 24, and then you got the other side. Yeah. It's a big
That's the
bubble.
whole board. That's the whole
But
board.
Unless
Your
that
VS
unit
player,
at 20,
that's the whole
if the
board.
unit at 24 isn't within range of the general, it doesn't matter about the 6-inch bubble.
Oh,
Everything
so,
has to be within the general of 18 inches.
so it's just it's just an 18-inch bubble.
it's a crappy minimized
Yes.
leadership role if you're
Yes.
if you're in that 6.
I got you.
It's still a minimized
six
roll.
Eagle.
But
Yeah.
it's
Well,
a crappy.
if you're within range of the general, so it's a minimized 8, which
Yeah.
that's not terrible.
No.
That's Lizardman. So
basically, it doesn't fail leadership tests.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chris,
the two-
I'm going with
Cold-blooded 8 is pretty strong.
you. Yeah.
the two big infantry bricks. If you kill one, you only get a half wound for purposes of combat res. You have to kill 2 models to get 1 combat res. If they are steadfast at their initiative step, they strike in 2 extra ranks. So the spears will be fighting in 5. The veterans could fight in 4 or 5, because they'll be steadfast against Micah's whole army. The Fethus brutes are now changed, which has been different. They lost scoring, but now they have 3 attacks apiece plus paired weapons for 4, strength 4, AP 2. I just played a game where they did 17 wounds to a set of Minos before the Minos got swinged. That was a lot of fun.
Then died to gargoyles.
And then died to gargoyles in the flank. That's exactly what happened to them.
Yeah.
So
You gotta. Yeah, the bubble for that unit
The
is
bubble.
super important.
the bubble for everything is important. If you kill my general, it's over. I mean, because killing the general means if you're not in range of the general, the Eagle standards don't matter. So then you're discipline 5
Yeah.
with no reroll.
The plague
So-
disciples are poison.
No, they're
No,
not.
not with the great weapons.
They gotta have
String.
the black fur blades. Strength
Like
five.
they do.
Five.
They do the toxic hits if you want to hit them, which is
Yes.
kind of cool.
Yes. So that's it. I mean, my thing is that, and what I'll say about this list is Micah has so many great weapons in this army that all my infantry units will have chances to do things.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The greed warrior block will give you problems, but the rest you should be fighting against.
Yes, but the greed weapon warriors are still only agility 4.
Yeah. But they hit your regular spearmen on 2s, so it's 2s by 2s with a shit ton of attacks.
Yes, they do.
Because the zealot's banner.
Yes.
Oof.
I am having a
I'm
tough
s-
one with this one. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with you, Chris. Don't let us down.
All right. Like I did the last 5 games. Thanks.
No,
Yeah, it's
no.
You know what? You know what? You know what? You gotta turn around at some point. Might as well be now.
I
You guys
gotta.
are both be well rested on this one too. You're going to use up all your brain power. This is going to be a lot of thinking.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
gotta.
I'm gonna go
I gotta
against-
not lose the. I gotta not lose the roast bet. So go, Micah.
Kenyon voting with his heart. I like it.
Yeah. Voting with his pride. So
Aaron, Alex, what's
destroyed
like?
again.
I have to vote against the Vermin Swarm purely on the Roman theme, which I hate with the Burning Passion. So
That's
sorry,
not my
Chris.
favorite
It's
thing.
not your fault, but you have to lose.
I had nothing to do with the design of the book. So
The design of the book is great. It's just the names.
Chris is voting for himself, obviously. So Aaron, who you got? You're the decision
I'm the
maker.
deciding factor. Oh, that's
You are.
tough. I think I'm gonna go with Micah. I
Yeah.
think that
Oh.
I think he's got a lot of maneuverability. I think that I've watched your last 5 games, Chris. It's
fair.
it's hard to vote for you.
I understand. To clue in anybody who's watching, I took a list that I thought was pretty strong, and then as we turned in the list for the tournament, after I turned in my list for the tournament, I realized that what I'd been planning to do was absolutely entirely illegal, and I couldn't do it. So I had no bunker for my characters. So my general, who if he dies, the whole army falls apart, was sitting in a main combat unit, and guess what? He died a lot, so my whole army fell apart. So
Hey, you got 11 battle points. That's fine.
it's all right.
Sorry, I voted for you, so it's cool.
I think Kenyon's right though. That maneuverability is good. If it depends on the board, so I think that's going to be a key issue. I think the board will be a big player in this.
Yep.
All right, table 11. We got Henry Gripe on VC, of course, and Xavier Placencia, who I'm unfamiliar with, on Beast Herds.
San Diego guy. I
Oh.
met him on the tournament recently, actually. So he's making the trip up. Nice guy. But I think just getting back in a 9th age over the course of this past year.
Yeah, this is his
Nice.
first 9th age in-person tournament, though. It sounds like he's been playing a lot on UB.
Yeah.
Excited about him coming up. Yeah, he has all the honors of San Diego. The SoCal guys is Matt Beeman. He's the one from the LA area, but he's got his associate there in San Diego coming up with it. And I'm sure they're flying, but I think he's printing his entire army as we speak. So fingers crossed. There's nothing that comes out wrong, Xavier.
All right, Henry's got the 1100 point Vampire Count, Independent Arcane Knowledge, Zombie Dragon, Master on Occultism, Paired Weapons, Titanic Might on, Obsidian Rock. 1100 points, general. Whew. And then he's
Have
got.
you guys seen his model yet? I guess you probably haven't. You
I've
guys-
seen it.
He posted a picture in the text message string. It's dope. It's really
It's
cool.
good. It's super
legit
cool.
12 inches tall. I printed his house for him, and he got this other thing. It's just massive.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And he's got a second Vampire Count, Monster Hunter on a Monstrous Revenant, Apprentice on Evocation, Legend of the Black King, Lance Cleansing Light, Rod of Battle. He's got 40 Skeletons with Spears and Legion Banner. He's got 43 Zombies, 8 Dire Wolves, 6 Ghasts, 2 Giant Bats, 8 Spectral Hunters, 2 Phantom Hosts, Shrieking Horror, and a Corpse Giant with Ghoul Giant. And his extra giant is a zombie giant, well-fed, which makes sense.
Brains.
Brains.
Oh, that is a list. But let's look at Xavier's really quick. He's got the Beast Lord General Hunting Call on a Razor Tusk Chariot with Death Cheater, Beast Axe, Dark Rain. He's got a Centaur
Dark Rain.
Chieftain
Oh.
BSB. With the Greater Totem Bear, this is BSB. Willow's Ward, Ghostly Guard, and a Beast Axe with Fatal Folly. He's got a Soothsayer on a Chariot, an Adept on Druidism, Wild Form, Hero's Heart, Lucky Charm. He's got another Beast Chieftain with Ambush. He's a Greater Totem Bearer. Shield, Thrown Weapons, Trickster's Cunning, Beast Axe, Ranger's Boots, Potion of Strength. 3 Raiding Chariots, 11 Mongol Raiders, 8 Feral Hounds, 14 Centaurs with Lances and Banner of Speed, 10 Ambushing Longhorns with Banner of Discipline, and 2 Gortax. And his extra giant has a beer barrel and a giant club. Wait, that doesn't make sense. You only get one of those 2.
Is this another 2 scoring list in the normal world? Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I just can't wait for 14 Centaurs to charge 2 Phantom Hosts and not move for the rest of the game.
No, he'll have the Chief in there who's got a magic item. He'll be fine.
He's got the
Fatal Folly.
Fatal
Folly.
Folly. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair.
I didn't realize you could get a Centaur Chieftain with a 1-up armor save.
Yeah, it gets non-magical attacks. I think his little ambushing Beast Chieftain going in there with Trickster's Cunning is like, and Ranger's Boot is just like a funny little weird, not even chaff piece, but like go annoy your back lines guy.
That is kind of funny, actually.
Pretty expensive.
He is expensive,
Super expensive for that.
but he's got Potion of Strength.
He's the greater totem bear. That's why he's so expensive.
Yeah.
He should have put that on the BSB instead.
He did.
The BSB
He's
already
got
has
both.
Greater Totem Bear.
Oh, gee. Why do you
So
need
he's got-
2 greater totem bears?
He's
So many
doubled up with the
balanced
Greater Totem Bear,
spells.
so you can double any spell anywhere within 18 inches of both of them.
So this is
And
a
then-
dwarf magic base.
Yeah, it's
And
just
then
super
he-
redundant.
And then he's got the adept on druidism.
Yeah. This one is tough.
I mean, how does he stop the huge vampire?
2 Gortoks.
Or 14 centaurs.
14 centaurs would do
Yeah,
some
true.
work against that.
Yeah.
14 centaurs probably one-shots that
Yeah.
zombie dragon.
He's got
If
a
he
lot
gets
of
into it.
zoning for the zombie dragon for sure.
But Henry never fights with his zombie dragon anyway, so
Yeah.
it's fine.
It's an
Harry's just
1100
gonna hide
point
Oh.
store of points. He's gonna sit back and just cast, Pentagram of Pain over and over again with it. It's the right spell to cast.
Yeah.
I could see this being a pretty cagey match potentially, just like list on list. They both heal.
Oh, all the Phantom Hosts and Spectral Hunters. I think he's just gonna roll right through them.
The Spectral Hunters will be good because he doesn't have a whole lot to deal with them.
He has very few magic attacks, right? Just the,
Right.
Yeah, he's got
Got
the
the two
just the
characters.
centaur.
And the magic
The mage.
that he has
The
does not
mage,
give
yeah.
him. The magic doesn't give him extra magical attacks. So
Yeah, so it's just the 2 characters.
So the Phantom Hosts are actually kind of a problem.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
and
almost has
and
to
the
take.
spectrals.
He almost has to take like Master Earth, which would suck on a Druidism
Yeah.
adept.
Yeah, true.
Mm.
And the Shrieking Horror will cause him problems because he has no way to hit him.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I'm
view
going
this
Henry.
for Henry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's for Henry.
Unless that Centaur unit just goes bonkers.
Yeah, blows through everything. Yeah, I hate to say it, Xavier. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person, but I gotta
Right.
vote for Henry on this one. I think on a list basis, it's kind of his to lose.
I think it's a bad matchup in this case because he's just gonna absorb all these charges and his lobs.
Yeah, and he doesn't have the static combat res to break a Phantom Host, which is usually how you beat them.
Yeah.
That are magical attacks.
Yeah.
Or even the Special Hunters, right? They
Yeah.
can walk up in impunity and stand in front of you.
Right.
None of the totems give magical attacks, right?
No, I
Kenyon, like
just-
Flooded Horn doesn't. No. Yeah.
No.
Just check that.
And he also, he's only got the 1 unit of light shooting to try and pick apart some of the stuff like the bats or the wolves before they get in the way.
Yeah.
It's just, he just doesn't have the tools he needs to stop Henry from just telling people, you're going to do this or you're going to sit in place.
Yeah.
All right, so
Kenyon,
Henry
do you
across the
wanna-
board.
Do you want to go with Xavier to try and make sure you
No.
don't lose this bet too?
Henry's already beaten me numerous times. I can't vote against him.
All right. All right. Mr.
Table
Kenyon.
12.
I want to intro this battle real fast because this is a lot of fun because it's very funny that the battle report that we got to roast Kenyon on was a game against 2 6-packs of Torgo Anointed.
That wasn't the roast, but it was his round 5.
Oh, that was his round
Joust.
5.
So he
You're right.
ended Joust with this list, and he's
And he
starting.
started again.
That's
That's right.
Yeah.
How did you do?
I am playing
this
a
matchup?
very different army. Don't
All right,
worry,
walk
I'm
us
not
through
going to be last. I'm not going to be last. I'm not going to be last. I'm not going to be last. All right, it's me, Kenyon Duncan, on Beast Herd against Gabe Asuna on Infernal Dwarves. I'm running a Minotaur Warlord General light on Destiny's Call, Blessed Descriptions, Crown of Horns, Potion of Swiftness. A Minnow Chieftain with Greater Totem Bearer and BSB, 1 Aether Icon, Wild Form, Super Dex, Obsidian Rock. A Soothsayer Apprentice on Evocation with Book. A Soothsayer Adept on Shamanism. 40 Wild Horns with Banner of the Wild Herd. 40 Wild Horns with Banner of the Wild Herd. 6 Minotaurs with Pair Weapons. 5 Centaurs with Pair Weapons. 10 Longhorns Ambushing. 10 Longhorns Ambushing. 5 Gargoyles, and 2 Beast Giants with Uprooted Tree. And then my extra giant is a Beast Giant, Uprooted Tree, Big Brother, Upset Tummy, Well Fed.
I love that uprooted tree roll. It's awesome.
Yeah, uprooted tree is so much fun. So I went over this in our last battle report, but like the tactic about this army is like the army is just naturally good at hitting. So all I care about with magic is wounding and getting through armor, and that's the gist of it. So like the beast giants auto hits. What?
Only 6 Minotaurs, man. I mean, the other guys have so many more Minotaurs than you.
Yeah, you on the Minotaur scale is pretty low right now.
Sorry to disappoint. But let's look at Gabe's list. He's got a Turok Commissioner, Death Cheater, and Super Dex. A Turok Commissioner, Destiny's Call, Infernal Weapon, Onyx Core. He's got a Prophet General, Prophet of Nezabekesh, Adept on Alchemy. He's got another one, Adept on Pyromancy. He's got a Vizier BSB, Aether Icon Flaming Standard, Basalt Infusion, Flintlock Axe, Obsidian Rock. He's got 25 Citadel Guard with Flintlock Axes and a Rending Banner, 25 Vessel Levies with Spear and Shield and Bows, 20 Vessel Levies, Spear, Shield, Bows, 5 Turok Anointed Infernal Weapons, a rocket battery and a Titan mortar, and his extra giant has a tower shield and a lucky rock.
Oh,
Give me your worst.
I like those big blocks of wild horns. Really, that's going to be really good.
yeah,
so
I
many
bought
bodies.
into those.
Yeah, my thinking was they could go into like there's going to be big characters here, and they could go into big characters and maybe hopefully get boosted Spectral Blades off, and then I have a chance. Like I think they can take down characters, but just got to make sure not to also get ranks into them.
Just think how many wounds they're going to take from stomps over 5 games.
Yep, I know.
They're going to be little squishy splatters everywhere, but there's 40 of them, so.
Rocket battery does D3 wounds to anything, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So mine
That rocket battery into my Minotaurs is a little scary.
And the Onyx Core guy.
And his yeah, it's an engineer.
So it'll be hitting +1.
The agility of a minor warlord.
He has Potion of
it's 5.
Swiftness.
5 with Potion of Swiftness.
Oh, you'll be fine then. Because that Onyx Core guy could kill you, but you'll be fine.
Well,
The
Turok
Onyx
Commissioner's
Core
up, what, 4
Minotaurs.
wounds?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think my biggest worry is a rocket battery, a Titan mortar, 25 Citadel Guard with Flintlock Axes, and 45 bows just going into that Mino brick, like
Yeah.
2 turns in a row and taking it off. That's my worry there.
That's my
Or,
battle.
and then the 40 wild horns. I mean, like with a pyro adept, it starts to go pretty quick.
All I gotta do is roll for turn 1.
That's all you gotta do.
Yep.
Easy win.
But that warlord can take off both of those Torok bricks basically by himself.
By himself. Yeah.
Which is pretty impressive. Yeah.
There's no vassal riders, so there's really no chaff to get in the way of the Minotaurs.
Who needs
Unless you count the vassals with the bows and shields and things, but he's gonna probably want to shoot them, so they're not gonna be up in your face.
Yeah.
You know what, Kenyon? I might actually vote for you. I think you have this one.
Woo!
I
Oh
think you
my.
have this one.
That commissioner with the Onyx Core will go bowling for the Minotaurs too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the warlord kills him in 1 round. Because the Blessed Inscriptions counters the Destiny's Call.
Yeah, he's
He's a
at
lot
what,
more-
6 attacks with battle focus.
Yeah, you'll be 3s by 2s. Are you strength 6 base
Yeah,
or strength 5?
6.
Yeah, so you're 3s by 3s, re-rolling everything.
Yeah. And he has to re-roll successful Aegis saves.
Yeah. But if you don't kill him, he does do a lot of damage back to you.
And you got a lot of chaff there, including the giants, which I'm sure are more than willing to step up in the way of things.
Yeah. The gargoyles are just perfect chaff, and then the second line chaff for the giants.
And then the
That's
ambush,
fair.
artillery, I think you have a lot of tools to take his army apart.
You'll have to take one of the anti-shooting with your shamanism, whether it's swarm or
yeah, sure.
chilling
I
hell.
might take both.
I think you want awaken. Awaken's so good.
Yeah. Because otherwise those Wildhorn blocks do nothing to the anointed. They
Yeah.
just kind of
Do that again?
res 5 free up. I mean, that's gonna be bad if you don't have two
I think
Like
you need
two
awaken.
buffs. Yeah.
There's 2 blocks of them, so it's going to happen on one side, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Ish.
The Minor Warlock can't be everywhere.
The soothsayers are going to sit in the Wildhorns, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man. How many?
And the reason why they're in the is because they're pretty expendable. They're only 240 points, and if one of those Wildhorn units gets away from the general, which happens because he's a Minotaur, they get an 8 rerollable panic.
That's true because you have
Yeah.
the blood magic thing.
Yeah.
Chris is just thinking about what happened when he put all of his fragile characters in combat units.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna
It's
go
at
with
3
Kenyon.
boosts.
Yeah,
Alright, Canyon.
Kenyon. Don't let us down, Kenyon.
Yes. Not getting last place in the roast bet.
Oh,
Here I
we
come.
We didn't say that. But
Don't lose the Minotaur brick turn 1 to that flintlock unit. I think you'll be okay.
Okay, fair enough.
Alright,
Or
Alex, who you going
The
with?
Titan Order could take it out, too. If you
Yeah.
got a good win
The Rocketberry for sure. That could go.
And
could
then
go bad.
flaming swords on the Hobgoblin archers could take it out pretty fast.
Yeah, bubble flaming swords is gonna fuck your army up. He can hit both the bow units and the flintlocks.
Oh, man.
I like the changes that Gabe made since Joust. I think
His list
all
is
of them
a lot
are
better.
upgrades. Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Alright. Alex, who you
Table.
got?
I'll go with Gabe.
I'm gonna,
Oh, Chris.
Shots fired.
I'm gonna go with Kenyon. I think Kenyon's got the tools.
Alright, Kenyon, that's 4 out of 5.
Damn, Chris,
You
that hurts.
better-
That hurts, Chris.
You knew you weren't getting my vote.
I was gonna say, yeah.
All right, table
That-
table 13. We got Daryl Grigsby with Dwarven Holds and Aaron Chaum with the Highborn Elves. Daryl has a King General on a War Throne, Rune of Destruction, Rune of Precision, Rune of Might, 2 runes of Shielding, a Thane on Shield Bearer's BSB, Rune of Steel, Rune of Iron, Great Weapon. He's got a Runic Smith with a Great Weapon, Rune of Denial, 3 battle runes, a Rune Smith, Rune of Devouring, 3 battle runes, 30 Greybeards with Great Weapons, 10 Clan Warriors with Great Weapons, 10 Clan Warriors with Great Weapons, 10 Clan Warriors with Great Weapons, 30 Deep Watch, 16 Seekers, 2 Vengeance Seekers, and a Cannon. And his extra giant is well fed and a Seeker.
Just watching Aaron's face, seeing the pain of just going, why this list first?
I mean, it's clear that this wasn't randomized, so whatever. when I win this tournament, I'm gonna look at you, Alex, and I'm gonna say you did your best. It wasn't good enough. No, this sucks. This is an awful matchup. It's a fucking awful matchup.
I played Daryl yesterday. I played this exact list, and what you got to do is you've got to put your Disciples of Lugar in the front and the Kadim Titan in the side of that King unit in their post.
Oh right, I didn't put my Disciples of Lugar into my list this time.
Or the Kadim Titan.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Disciples of
I can tell
Lugar,
you, in 6 turns of his 2 cannons, his cannons did 1 wound, and that was to himself. Your
That's what
one
I
advantage
need.
is that Daryl hates his cannons, and it comes across in his dice rolls. He really he doesn't like taking them. He did, of course, but I think he feels bad about that. And it just it doesn't come through when he tries to do things with them. So cross your fingers on that one.
your AD is gonna get one shot as soon
Yeah,
as
for sure. Turn one for sure.
Yeah.
Dun, dun.
All right.
I sent Daryl's list to a guy in the UK, and he's like, this is a fun police list. This is like people show up to a tournament to have fun, and then this guy shows up. No fun for you.
Aaron, go through your list.
Yeah, High Prince on an Ancient Dragon with Great Weapon, Crown of the Wizard King, and Obsidian Rock. The Master Krennic Tower BSB with 2x Aether Icon. Wizard Master on Div. 28 Seaguard with Rending, 20 Spears, 5 Reavers with Bows, 21 Lion Guard with Becalming, 15 Queen's Guard with Spears and Musician, Sky Sloop, and 2 Seaguard Reapers. And then my giant is, I mean, for the theme, I had to do it. The Lion Cloak Giant with Lucky Rock and Leggy, so he gets the multi-wound 2 against large Beast Cavalry and Gigantic, which will be cool. Theory. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. What do you guys think?
20-0 to Aaron.
That is not an outcome that will happen. Thanks.
No, because I'm assuming, does Daryl put all of his characters in the Deep Watch?
Yes.
So that's like 2,000 points he'll never touch.
Yeah.
What's the secondary again?
King of the Hill.
King of the Hill. So you should win that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
get
like
up to the hill for all the scoring, and keep you off the other side.
I think this is going to be a 10-10. A 10-10.
I think it'll be both of you guys will be pretty far back in the secondary. There's not going to be a lot of room for him to maneuver to support his king block, which doesn't necessarily need to, but yeah, you're going to have. It's going to be a weird situation where you actually decide to go in there, I think.
He doesn't have a hold stone. Come on, Daryl. Take a hold stone.
He doesn't.
You have a 2,000 point Death Star. Take a hold stone.
They're just hard to kill. Like it wouldn't help them that much, because even if you do, they're always steadfast anyway and stubborn. So you actually have to kill all of the
Deep Watch, all 30 of them.
And once they're
all 30 of them.
Once they're dead, then the rest of them, then you just lose the combat res.
Yeah, once you kill 30 models with the 3 up, 5 up, you'll be fine.
That's exactly what I did. I'm telling you, that's all you need to do.
So easy.
Yeah. Well, so what's your magic again? You got a divination,
Master Div, and then a Master of the Krennic Tower.
And a Crown of the Wizard King.
And the Crown of the Wizard King. Don't forget
that. The game
So
changer.
I'm telling you not to forget about that, Aaron. Because you always forget.
True. I do forget about it a lot. Yes, you can. You can get scarification on it.
Is that what you're trying to get? What do you really want of that?
I love like Healing Waters for heal is great. Pentagram for heal is great. Shamanism is great. I mean, in some matchups, I love getting all the missiles. Like, there's lots of different missiles that can be helpful. This is not one of those.
He wants the +3 inches to. He wants the extra distance on div. Is what he's there for.
That's what it's there for. But there are some nice spells that can come along with it.
Sure.
I guess that's a good side benefit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the Greybeards with the great weapons. You can take them apart pretty fast because you're going to go so before all of them.
Daryl, just give them hand weapons and shields. They're so much better.
I think you're gonna get a small win, Aaron. You
upgraded me from a 10-10, Kenyon. Thank you.
Yeah, because I think you outshoot him, like small arms shooting, and I think you're just gonna hide your dragon, and that's it. You're gonna tie objective.
You mean he out small arm shootings because Daryl doesn't have any small arm shooting?
Obviously.
Which I think is a crime with a dwarf list.
He felt bad.
Yeah, he doesn't like that. I talked to him about that too. He does not agree with that he needs that.
How? How does he clear chat? Like, he has no chat clearing pieces.
He's got Vengeance Seekers.
Yeah, but just die.
I just can't see him getting that King's unit into whatever he wants to get it into.
Yeah, I think his King's unit will hold the 2,000 points every game. Daryl will have a lot of 7 to 13 point wins or losses.
Fun place.
Fun police. Yeah.
Rear.
Yeah.
Stop having fun.
All right, who's
Fun
gonna win
for you.
this? Who's gonna win this?
Aaron. I have to take Aaron.
I still think Aaron's small victory, yeah.
I'll take care.
Chris. Oh, Aaron, clean sweep. Don't let us down.
Oh man.
Just day 1, SoCal Joust, not day 2, and you'll be fine.
There's like one trap with Daryl's list, and that's trying to fight the king. And unless you really know you can kill it, which is you have to really know you can. And so most people get in there, and then he just beats the crap out of you with that unit.
He is only strength
Aaron's
5.
Is not going to do that. We're not giving anything away here to Aaron's. The thing that Aaron's going to be really careful about when that happens. If it happens.
All right.
That is a nice benefit of being resilience 2 everywhere. Is that the guy doesn't double his strength to strength 10. But
He doesn't have the double strength.
He doesn't have
the D3.
smashing. Yeah, he has the D3 wounds.
Oh, okay.
And only
Next
one
matchup.
rune
Next
of might.
matchup.
Yeah.
We got Steve Montalvo and
Steve.
Owen Jeeve. Owen G versus Luke Elder, the other San Francisco 9th Age player, on Ogre Cons. Steve's got the Orc Shaman General, Wizard Master on Shamanism, Destiny's Call, Binding Scroll, Rod of Battle, Orc Warlord on a Feral Orc with a Shield, Light Armor, Essence of Mithril, Omen of the Apocalypse, Potion of Swiftness on foot. Interesting. Orc Chief Iron Orc with BSB Stalker Standard, Orc Chief Common Orc Paired Weapons Heavy Armor Binding Scroll, 30 Common Orc Ed Bashers Paired Weapons Standard Bearer, 20 Common Orcs Paired Weapon, 20 Common Orcs Paired Weapon, 20 Common Orcs Bow, 35 Iron Orcs, 35 Iron Orcs with Micah Totem. 10 Nashers, 10 Nashers, 10 Nashers, a Nasher Wrecking Team, a Nasher Wrecking Team, and 5 Goblin Raiders, 5 Goblin Raiders. And his extra giant's got Nets and Leggy.
Wait, hold on a second. Steve Montalvo decided that at his first tournament that he was going to show up with, since the new Infernal Dwarf book dropped, that he wasn't going to take Infernal
Yeah.
Dwarfs.
He played them a lot.
He sold them.
Steve.
He has no
Oh,
Infernal
he
Dwarf.
did? Oh, man,
Oh.
that's a shame. Okay, I
So-
was going to say, that's a bummer.
Actually, I think Gabe is the one with his Infernal Dwarf. So you've been playing as Infernal Dwarves.
Oh, really? Okay, fair enough.
There's other models there, but so Steve came back about 2 months ago, and he came back so hard with his painting. He just like piled into these orcs, and he's got this theme. So I like all this. He's got lots of units, painted beautifully. He's really good
He's a
orcs.
great painter.
Yeah,
He's a
he
great
definitely has best painter like maybe locked up.
Yeah,
Like
and he's
yeah,
All right, Luke.
he's a really great painter. But Luke, he's got the Ogre Cons, he's got the Shaman General, Master on Shamanism, Iron Fist, Ritual Bloodletter, Liger's Tongue, Gut Roarer, a Mammoth Hunter, Destiny's Call, Super Dex, Hunting Spear, Vanguard, Spine Splitter. He's got a Con BSB with Brace of Ogre Pistols. He's got 10 Bruisers with Banner of the Great Grass Sky. 3 Tribesmen, 6 Merc Vets with Pistols, Plate Armor, Poison Attacks. 6 Merc Vets with Paired Weapon, Swift Stride, Devastating Charge. A Sabertooth, 5 Scrappling Trappers, a Frost Mammoth, and a Slave Giant with Great Weapon. And his extra giant is a Great Weapon, Well-Fed, Upset Tummy, Leggy. So yeah, I played Luke recently, actually our last battle report, and he loves his double Merc Vets units
He
because
changed
they're
him up
awesome.
a little bit, right? Did he have the
He
pistols against you?
I don't remember exactly what he had, but the big change is he took the Rock out and put in the Frost Mammoth, which is I think is a great move.
Which is very good if you're out running Merc Vets.
Yeah.
That Dev Charge Merc Vet unit puts out so much damage on the charge because they each have 6 strength 6 attacks. Like that's a Feldrak Elder per model.
Just to put it in perspective.
too many orcs. It's gonna be
I
great.
I mean, 6 Merc Vets with Swift Stride Dev Charge will kill 20 common orcs.
Oh yeah, he doesn't
around
care though.
easily.
That's 20 common orcs, and he's just gonna kill one merc, and then another 20 orcs will kill the other merc, and then
No, the 20 orcs don't even get to attack back. It's just
Yeah, I think they evaporate.
red mist. However, 35 iron orcs, can we all appreciate, is
That's a little different. Yeah.
that's a
That is
huge
a-
ass unit.
That is a beast of a unit.
Also,
How does
I like
how does
that.
that pair up? If he goes, can the merc 6? So that's 6. What?
He still kills. He still
18.
wins.
19,
With
Plus
the characters
9.
in there too?
28
The
attacks.
Porcelain's guy does good damage. 28.
But
attacks,
he's hitting on
by twos.
4s by 2s, right?
Our Iron Orcs defensive 5.
Yes.
Then yes. No. Yeah.
They
so
used to be.
He probably wins
Yeah.
that fight. Yeah, he wins that fight probably.
He loses like 15 iron orcs and then
And just
Wipes
chops
the
them.
unit.
Yeah, with great weapons. Yeah. I like that he took a scroll caddy in Ninth Age, throwing him back to 8th edition.
I haven't heard
I don't
those two
know.
words put together in a few years.
Yeah, exactly. The wrecking teams he has to kill with the pistol guys, or the wrecking teams do a lot of work against ogres.
yeah.
Yeah,
The
they'll,
National
he'll
Guard
throw,
do a lot
he'll
of work.
throw,
BSB was. I wish
he'll
that
throw
BSB
the
was
tiger into
defended
one of
better.
them, and then he can maybe throw the scraplings in the other one.
Yeah. The Nasher herds will do good.
Wait, oh yes, Alex. There's a couple of armies that have lines missing, and this is one of them. So
Okay.
that orc chief has got more. The iron orc chief has got more kit because it says it's stalkers, and then it's cut off.
And he's a lot of points for being.
Yeah, and it's I think
300.
I think it's on both sides, right? Like the con.
Yeah, it's the cells not linked. So the Iron Orc Chief has got Battle Standard Bearer, Stalker Standard, Plate Armor, Talisman of Shielding, Lucky Charm.
Okay, that's good.
I'll fix that. Thanks.
And the con BSB has got Brace of Ogre.
Brace of Ogre,
pistols.
Pistols, Viper's Curse, and Cult Leader.
Oh,
So
okay.
that actually changed. So yeah, that's an 18-inch bubble and an extra 4 poison
Yeah.
shots. That helps.
That helps against the wrecking teams.
I'm gonna
I
go
think-
Luke.
Luke.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Luke too. I think if he can keep all those orcs in front of him and he doesn't get like combo charged in the flank, I think he's all right.
I'm gonna go Luke as well, but I think that he needs to be really careful of that Iron Orc brick because I think
Yeah.
that thing can like take 2 Merc-Vec units to the face and still like
And
Still walk
win
out.
somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Luke as long as he's smart and avoids the Iron Orc unit.
I'm gonna
Chris,
say.
what do you got?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I keep jumping in on people. I'm gonna say Steve because I think there's just so many units he can control where those Merc effects are gonna be by just stacking things in front of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they can just fight 20-man iron or 20-man orc units all game and not get their points back.
Yeah, chaff. That could be the way it works out.
Because he's got the 3 Nasher herds of chaff also.
I just think that the in addition to all the units he's got, the orc player having shamanism plays better in this matchup at least than Luke having it, because he can simply say, okay, we're going to either break the spear at you, or we're going to throw some damage at you, or whatever he needs to again further limit his ability to move around it and get things done. I think I will pick Steve in this.
Ooh, upset.
Ooh.
Nice.
Spicy pick. I like it. All right, moving on. Table 15. Russell Mooney on ONG against Alan Martini on KOE. Russell's got a Goblin King, Forest Goblin King on our Gargantula with Pair Weapon Shield Breaker. Goblin King, Forest Goblin King on a Huntsman Spider. Dusk Forged Alchemist Alloy Hero's Heart. Orc Shaman General, Fair Orc Shaman General. Wizard Master Thaumaturgy Skull Fetish Crown of Autocracy. Orc Shaman on a Chariot, Apprentice on Shamanism with paired weapons. 20 Feral Orcs 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 with paired weapons. 8 Trolls, which are Bridge Trolls. A Boar Chariot. 5 Goblin Raiders. 3 Snotlings. A Great Green Idol with a BSB. And another Great Green Idol. His additional giant is a well-fed Big Brother giant.
9 wounds.
I'm guessing that has another, or is that just naked giant?
I think it's just
It's at 350 points for Big Brother and well-fed.
the well-fed
40,
is a lot of
70.
points.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Good old 9 wound giant.
Alan Martini, KOE. He's got a damsel on a horse, master on druidism, binding scroll, magic heirloom, a duke general on a horse, for Faith of Percival, divine judgment on a lance, audacity. He's got a paladin BSB on a horse with banner of Roland and lance with might. 12 Knights of the Realm with Banner of the Last Charge, 8 Knights of the Realm with Banner of Speed, 6 Knights Aspirant, 9 Knights of the Quest with Stalker Standard, 9 Knights of the Quest with Stalker Standard, the Green Knight, 5 Yeomen, and 3 Peg Knights. His Feudal Giant is a Knighted Giant, Upset Tummy, Leggy, Lucky Rock.
Some big Patronian units.
Yeah, those are pretty beefy.
12, 8, 9, and 9.
Good old 4 Lance.
So I think Alan's been swinging a hammer with Joe last year. Hasn't played much. On the other hand, he's a Mexican ETC player the last couple of years, so he's got a lot of games against.
Yeah, Alan's a crafty player. He's good.
Yeah. The bridge trolls will be a problem.
Yeah.
And the Goblin King on the Gargantula with the Shield Breaker will be a big problem.
Yeah, but he dies to Questing Knights, though. If they hit him on 2s, right? Because the Spider's only defensive 3 or is it defensive 4?
It's gotta be 3.
It's defensive 4. It's 4, so it's 3s.
Shoot.
So that's not too bad to.
What does he have? What does he have to deal with the idols?
That's what my question is does he have
Nothing.
something to do with the idols?
Because even the Might guy's only strength 6. He rerolls the wound and rerolls the hit, but you're still fishing for 6s. If he rolls a 6, he'll kill the idol.
He's
because
not,
it's D3
he's not
plus 1.
re-rolling. He's not re-rolling the wound.
Audacity is
Oh, is it?
reroll against large and gigantic,
To wound?
and wound against towering presence.
Okay.
So
Okay,
if
so
he
that
gets
guy's
the-
got a shot.
If he gets the 6s, it's fine because it's D3 plus 1.
But if not, does
But if
the idol
not,
just
it
crust
does.
attack him?
Yeah, doesn't do
Yeah.
anything back.
Yeah.
What was I gonna look at? Question 9.
The Green Knight is strength 4 all the time.
Green Knight strength 6 all the
Six.
time. Yeah.
Is it in
It's-
4 of Aegis?
Yeah, so that'll hold some stuff up.
These feral orc paired weapon units are kind of useless in this match, I think.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Like if they had spears, they'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Um,
The trolls and the idols will give him problems.
yeah.
But and that 1-up huntsman spider guy is pretty good.
Yeah, running around for sure.
So 1-up rerollable. He doesn't have the flame ward, which they usually have, but it doesn't matter in this matchup.
I mean, the Goblin King is going to do great against the knight units that aren't questing knights.
Yeah.
Shieldbreaker.
I think if he just puts it out on a flank and
Mm-hmm.
manages to get it
Starts
around,
mopping
it
up,
could
yeah.
be pretty nasty. Yeah.
Just make you turn to face it.
Mhm.
Yep.
I kind of like Russell.
All right.
I like Russell.
Yeah, I like Russell too. I think he's got too many answers.
And I think he's going to get the secondary, because even though the knights are going to be up there, they're not going to be trying to turn around and sit on a hill.
Does Russell play a lot?
He plays a moderate amount.
More than Alan, though.
He plays a lot more than Alan.
I'm gonna.
Unless that Mike guy rolls 3 6s and just one shots an idol.
Yeah, could happen.
I feel like if
The
Alan
Micah-
doesn't, if he doesn't want to play a cagey game, that's where he has to go with them. Like that's what he has to go for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because the Mike guy one shots the spider for sure. Because it's rerolls against everything, and then everything's D3+1, but the idols cause problems. Chris, Aaron.
I think we just lost Aaron.
Aaron just dropped, but
Yeah, I think I have to go with. I want to go with Alan because I just think that, there's just not much that Russell's army, big pieces of Russell's army, will do to Alan's army. So there's also big pieces of Russell's army that Alan can't do anything against either. So it's a tough matchup to pick because of that. It's like which is going to be which comes down to player skill, which makes me
Very
want to go
rock,
with
paper,
Alan.
scissors, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a small win to Alan because Alan will probably sit on one part of the board, say, if you want to move forward, you're going to take 4 lance charges. You want to do that? No? Great. Then sit back there and not contest this objective or whatever that looks like. So I'll go Alan with a small win.
He can out those idols too, like just combat rest them to death.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Table 16, the last real matchup, and then we got ringers. We got Ashley Donald on Warriors and Derrick Wiswell on KOE. Aaron had to mute. He said his vote was for Alan.
Okay.
Ashley, she's got a Sorcerer General on a Wasteland Dragon, Adept on Occultism, Paired Weapon Hero Heart, Weird Stone, Veilgate Orb. Another Sorcerer, Veilwalker on a Battle Shrine, Adept on Evocation, Basalt Infusion, Paired Weapons, Magical Heirloom. Then 4 times 20 Barbarians with Paired Weapons. I'm sorry, 5 times 20.
That's awesome.
5 Fell Drakes with Halberds and Icon of the Infinite. 10 Warrior Knights with Great Weapon Wrath, Wasteland Torch, and 2 Forsaken Ones. Her extra giant is a giant with Favored Giant and Lucky Rock. That's an interesting list.
I just see all those barbarians, and I'm like, how could I paint 120 barbarians?
That's a lot of skin tone to paint, assuming their games work.
She's a great painter too. She puts a lot of time into it. And I'm like, man, I just see that. All I can think of is painting boots, fur.
Boots. All right, Derrick. He's got KOE. He's got a Duke General, Fortress of Faith, Tristan Resolve, Crown of the Wizard, King of City and Rock, Renown, Damsel, Wizard Master on Divination, Wafers of Pendants, Paladin, BSB with Aether Icon and Hero's Heart and Daring. He's got another Paladin on a Pegasus with Lance, Wormwood Core, Basalt Infusions, Lucky Charm. 11 Knights of the Realm with Rending Banner, 10 Knights of the Realm, Rending Banner, 6 Knights of the Realm, a Trebuchet, another Trebuchet, 10 Brigands, 5 Yeoman Outriders, and 3 Peg Knights with Vanguard. And his extra giant is a Surf Helper, Well-Fed, Lucky Rock ×2.
If Derrick had a Druidism Mage, I would be much happier about his list.
Yeah, Div's all right though.
It's all right. It's just not. Div is what he needs in this matchup.
Yeah, he went with the anti-monsters with the Div and the 2 Trebs.
Well, I don't know about that. What's the div spell that does D6 wounds, no special save?
Fates.
Yeah, for sure.
That's pretty good against a Forsaken one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but my point behind this is the fact that he's got an occultism adept, so he's going to take either ward save, drop your, another one that he'd really need to stop is Rot Within. All right, let's make those Knights of the Realm, offensive, defensive 2 type thing. Then he's got Evo, so he's got a snipe. And since he's on the battle shrine, he can take Comet.
No, he's not Wizard Master, so he can't take Comet.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. You're right. So that's less good.
He doesn't have anything to get through the armor. He just doesn't. I mean, the Feldrakes, but that's...
He's got the Breath
the
Weapon
Warrior Knights.
for Occultism. Breath Weapon Occultism. He's got the Reroll the Wound on the Evo guy. But yeah, now that I see he doesn't have Comet, or she doesn't have Comet, I'll take
2
Derrick.
Trebs and a div guy against a dragon sucks too.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Also, 20 barbarians against 2 trebuchets doesn't feel great either.
No.
I think she shed any tears when a barbarian gets hit with a trebuchet.
Yeah.
I think that's her ideal target for them. 10 Warrior Knights, a block of Warrior Knights with Wrath. That's
Pretty cool. I like that.
That's pretty cool.
See that? I don't see that very often.
So you got your Night Bus and she's got her Night Bus.
Yeah.
Great
This one's hard. I
so
don't
they're
know.
gonna go last.
Yeah, but she does have 21 attacks with him.
Oh, she has Wrath, so
Wrath. So they go at agility 5 or 6 on the charge. So that's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Yeah, that's gonna tear us through stuff. I don't know.
It's 5 in the charge, right?
No,
everybody's
well,
4?
they get the +1, and if they charge, they get the other +1. Because Wrath gives you an innate +1 in the first round.
Got it.
So nothing can fight that unit actually. Now that I look at it, like it's hitting everything in that army on 2 or 3s, and that's 15 great weapon attacks.
No, that's 21 because she's got. Oh no, that's the torch one. Never mind. 15,
So it's
16.
flaming attacks. Yeah.
Yeah,
Strider Ruins.
Yeah, and Strider Ruins.
Which means that one of the forests on the board will be bad news for the KOE player to go through.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Ashley. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go Ashley.
Yeah.
I like her.
I think
But I
Ashley's
could see
got an advantage here.
if the trebuchets hit the dragon.
She's
I'll
got to
take
hide the
Derrick.
dragon for a round or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dragon. It's a sorcerer, so it might not even. She might not even come out at all if she doesn't have to fight. I don't think it's gonna poke its head out until around 5 or 6.
Remember that with occultism, she doesn't have to have line of sight, just front arc. So there's a lot of blocking terrain on their board.
That's a lot of point denial when I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still take Derrick in this.
Really? Okay. I'm going Ashley.
Yeah.
I think she's got a good list for this.
Yeah, I'll take Ashley. I wish her sorcerer on the battle shrine was a master, so to
Right. So you got comment.
get that comment.
It's
a lot of
renown gives them the extra distance to charge, right?
No, Renown's reroll lethal strike. I'm pretty sure. Let me look. Yeah, lethal strike D3 wounds if he rolls a 6. So all the lethal strikes are D3, which means that guy kills Forsaken ones. Real good.
Yeah, I'll take Derrick.
Yeah. Maybe I'll
Ben's thinking about it.
I know. I'm rethinking this now. Because I think the daring is the extra charge. Yeah, maximize charge. Alright, I'm swapping. Sorry, Ashley. I'm jumping ship.
Oh, damn. Oh.
I'll take Ashley.
That's a tie. 2 for Ashley, 2 for Derrick, so.
Aaron says he votes for Derrick.
Oh, so Derrick takes it.
Alright, ringer matchups. Here we go.
Ringerless. Tiffany's running the B-Surge with a Minnow Warlord, Destiny's Call, plus Big Bad Minnow Warlord. Minnow Chieftain with Agor's Affliction, 3 raiding chariots, 17 ambushing wild horns, 8 minnows,
And
8
all the
minnows, 8
minotaurs.
minnows. Woo! I love it. I
So-
love it so much. And 5 gargoyles.
Tiffany
And
is
then
married to Sean, and they have she's married to Sean in a shockingly similar list, you might say.
yeah, true. Where did they come up with all these Minotaur models?
There's a lot floating around, and then I think there's more being printed. I think Steve's printing a bunch too.
And then
gonna say,
Alex,
yeah,
tell me
that's-
about your ringer list quickly.
It's my joust list. It's a sorcerer on a battle shrine. He's just a wizard adept with alchemy. He's got a hero's heart, so he can fight and paired weapons. I just want low magic to be fast. The Doom Lord with a trophy rack, and Icon of the Infinite, Spike Shield, Halberd with super decks, Immortal Gauntlets, a Chosen with a trophy rack with Wasteland Torch, and he's on Envy and Wardeus, Talisman of Shielding, Greed. 16 Warriors, no mark, Flaming Standard, 16 Barbarians, great weapon. Musician, 6 Fallen, 8 Warhounds, 5 Forsworn with Spike Shields. That's where the Doom Lord goes. 5 Chosen with paired weapons, where the Chosen Lord goes with Envy and the Banner Relentless Company, so they're going to march up 15. 2 Chariots with Greed, and 5 Flares with Swing Watch.
So the question is, if we end up with an odd number of players, are you just gonna like you take a couple games and then Tiff takes a couple games? Is that what the plan is?
I'm hoping Tiff will take them, but I'm not. She wants to take pictures too, so I don't know. Generally, it's going to be the Beast Herd ringer list. 'Cause I think I'll be
I
busy.
was gonna say, can we make her play your list? Because I don't want to play 24 minutes.
Can we get Tiffany to send us the pictures from the last tournament?
Yeah, we're still waiting for
Uh,
Joust pictures.
She gave me. It's not now. I bugged them too much, so she gave me the disc with all the pictures. But I've got to convert them to a format that other cameras can read because she took them with a Canon. So I've got to
Put them in
process them.
JPEGs.
What's that?
Doesn't it put them in JPEGs?
It doesn't. No, it puts them in a Canon proprietary format that you have to pay to get a codex to decode it, or you can get a third-party program with a. Anyway, so I have them, and there's like gigabytes that I'm gonna put on a drop disk whenever I get around to doing that. But so
No worries.
So we bug Alex now. Alex, pictures.
yeah,
pictures.
now I've taken on the burden. But it's not easy. She was actually going through and she was sorting them all by game and then the players, and we're like, Tiffany, man, you're killing yourself here. But she still might finish that, I guess. But that was what was taking so long, is she wanted to get everything like perfect, like organized.
Mm-hmm.
And like, well, I can just like sort them all and throw them up somewhere and let everybody else sort through. So
Let us do that problem. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
All right.
All right, we doing top 3?
Sure, let's do it. Let me pull my list back up.
I don't know.
You got to pick yourself, Kenyon. Come on.
I mean, obviously, I'm number 1 in there. I take the podium.
Oh, you're the whole thing. All right. Kenyon has
Yeah.
himself as number 1. That is some confidence right there.
I think Henry Gripe has got a good chance.
Yeah, we don't have
He's
to
a
do who's your 1, 2, and 3, but just top 3. So Henry.
And shoot, I don't know. Steven with the 35
Ironworks.
Fireworks.
Yeah, those are my 3.
Yeah,
Your third choice is Ironwork.
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Ironworks.
Just
Whoever's
Ironwork.
got Ironworks. All right. So Steven, yourself, and Henry. Chris, you next on my document. Who you got?
I'll throw Luke the Galen.
Luke. Okay.
Can't throw Micah because I'm gonna beat him.
Oh, that's some confidence, dude.
Micah-
I mean, what else do you want me to say, right?
I mean, you could beat him small, and he can get 420s after that, and end
Yeah.
up with like 87.
Yeah. I'll take Kenyon. No, I
Whoa,
No!
whoa, whoa,
No.
You okay? You
Whoa!
hit your head.
won't. I'm not taking
Gosh.
Kenyon. Sorry, buddy. I love you, but no, that's not happening.
Chris is speaking in tongues right now.
I mean, you speak truth. I'm changing my I'm changing my picks. I'm taking myself out and I'm putting in Rick Levin.
Okay.
He's got the new to the game confidence, and just go for it. The YOLO play.
That's all it takes sometimes.
I'll take Henry,
Okay.
and then I'll throw Chom out there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Discord chat, did somebody throw out there the best player with the best list? I believe that was a comment in our Discord.
Wait, Aaron is for sure my number one pick to win this whole thing.
Ooh.
Thank
Thank God he's not on the line. He just his ego would just be exploding.
Yeah, his ego would be exploding right now through the camera. I'll go Chom. I'll go. God, it's so lame just picking the same people that everyone else has picked. But Henry's got a good list that holds points well. Yeah, Chom, Henry, and who's my wild card? We'll go John Lehman.
Nice.
Okay, I thought about that.
I mean, it was
That
3
was
hours
nice.
ago that it was 3 hours ago that we talked about his list, but
This is my sneaky pick.
all right. So you have John. Who else you got?
I have John because I think his list is pretty resilient to all the monster lists. Actually, you look at it, I think it'll pair up well with most all of the lists. I got John, defending Zoo champion Micah Pierce,
Mm-hmm.
weighing in at 3,495 points. And then I will have to take Henry, I guess.
Damn it, Henry.
All right. I'll get Aaron's top 3 later.
Last question of the video. Who is gonna lose the roast bet?
Oh,
Me.
the roast bet.
Me, Aaron, Chris, or you, Ben? And I am gonna say it's gonna be you, Ben.
Oh, god damn him. Well, see, the thing is, if I lose game 1 and 2, I'm just not taking pictures anymore.
You can't.
Can't
If you take pictures of one game, we'll roast that one game. So you're in no matter
There we
what.
go.
There you go. That's true. All right.
Yeah.
So Kenyon thinks
Well-
I'm going to lose the roast. Chris, what do you
My
got?
view on this is that according to Team USA ETC coach 2020 Ben Kerr, that Aaron's his number 1 overall pick. So I don't think Aaron's going to lose. The fact that he's an ETC coach shows me that I don't think he's going to lose. So that comes down to me and you, Kenyon. And well, I have to bet on me rather than you. So I
Look
think
at your
you're gonna
track
lose.
record. Look at your track record. Past 7 games.
Who got roasted last time we did this?
It just means I'm primed to not get roasted. That's all it means.
It means you're experienced in getting roasted, I think. I think you're in trouble, buddy.
Man. God, I don't know who to pick. Because, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to pick myself. And I'm not going to pick Aaron because I just picked him to win the whole thing. So it
Right.
literally comes down to you two.
Right.
You could cover your bets though by picking him first and last, right?
That's true. That's true. I mean, if Aaron plays like he did in day 2 on SoCal Joust, it could be Aaron.
Yeah, true.
But
Where did Aaron go in J2? He just disappeared in the joust.
he
did.
had a rough day 2. Well, he got Pete Reese, and then he had a rough game 5.
Yeah, he got 0 points day 2.
No, he got 5.
Did he
He got
get
5 against Pete.
Oh.
Yeah, he got 5 against Pete, and then he got 0 in the last game. Sorry, Canyon.
Oh! So that means
Alex, who you got?
Yeah, Alex, choose for Aaron. Or choose for yourself.
Choose for yourself. And then I'll ask Aaron real quick.
I'm gonna pick Chris, unfortunately, and he's gonna blame my terrain. Like everyone that plays this zoo, the first year they come, they say, "What the hell did you do to all those boards?" And I'm like, "They're full of terrain. That's what that is.
It's our thing. It's our thing.
That's this tournament." So I think you're gonna have trouble deploying all that stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Mine will be contingent on Chris being able to deploy his army.
I know that you play. I haven't been to the zoo before, of course, and I know that I haven't seen your terrain pieces, but I know kind of what you are rumored to have done. I know what you said you'd do. I know how to deploy the army in a way where it's not quite as big. You can do it. I mean, it looks big with all those big units, but at the same point in time, it's a super easy army to castle with.
Yeah.
So you don't have to go out and go full across the room there. You know, game one, I can sit in the back with it being diagonal deployment and sit 30 inches away from Micah and just say, come get some. Here, 2 cannons a turn. And
I put a lot of craft into the tables. I don't go around trying to make it anyone disadvantaged. I'm not trying. I don't want to.
Sure.
I put them out there, and I want to look really cool. And it has to make people make a bunch of decisions on where to move.
Right. And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was not me saying you did something to do anything else. It's just me thinking about the fact that the army I built is, it can be compact, even if it doesn't look like it could be.
Oh, I'm gonna find what table you're on and change the terrain before. Just make it have.
There's gonna be the pyramid. There's gonna be the
There's
bridge.
gonna be that damn boat. The last time I played, there was a boat that was like 2 feet long in my deployment zone.
The high health boat, we'll put the health boat and the pyramid, and I've got this tree that is legit 2 feet tall.
Half your deployment is gonna have to be ambushers because you won't be able to fit on your deployment zone.
I get to ambush with 12 Fethus beasts? That can be fun.
Well, no, it has to come in from your back line. Like,
that's not nearly as fun.
Like the normal rules say,
All right, I think we should call it quits there.
Yeah.
Of course I'm excited. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to drive up Friday night or drive up Saturday morning. That's just the one thing.
I'm Friday night.
So, Chris, how are you getting here? Do you need to ride to the airport?
If you want to give me a ride to the airport, or I'll just Uber. Whatever.
What time are you getting in?
Like 9, I think.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
No, probably busy. So my house is open for anyone coming over. I'm gonna set up like a double table for the Mordheim 9th Age skirmish. Russell's gonna run that. I've been talking to him today.
Cool.
So if anybody wants to play games on Friday and come over, Kenny, if you make it, I bet we could talk John into bringing the Blood Bowl set. I'm not sure, but I'll have board games. I'll have 2.
I gotta work Friday, but I'm gonna come in the evening time sometime. We'll be here late. And my house will be open for hanging out and doing stuff. The tournament gates will be open at 8 because I have to set up in the morning. We're gonna haul over there and we start at 9 o'clock. So I'm obviously not gonna get super trashed on Friday night, but I think it'll be fun for people hanging out here. I know the Stepfin's coming and Daniel and Russell's coming to set up the skirmish.
Me and Ben will get in.
Afternoon, evening.
What's the restaurant? Are they open to dining right now or not at all?
Yeah, they're open for with masks.
Okay, cool. So I might be getting trashed on Friday night.
Yes, get trashed and lose your first
Do
game.
you guys remember at Zoo, was it 2 years ago, Saturday morning was silent. That's the quietest I've ever heard a Warhammer. Everyone was so hungover. You could like hear a pin drop during deployment of Game 4. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, part of the fun of it is in downtown Davis, is a college town, so it's pretty.
Yeah,
it's Friday and Saturday night, so
much fun. I'm pretty sure I was still drunk on Saturday morning.
Well, last year was when Derrick, I'm gonna bring it up, but Derrick kept getting fed shots, and then he didn't make it.
Stewart
didn't make it through game 3.
Life.
Yeah,
we can blame Josh. He's not even showing up this year because he got defeated so bad the last game last year. He doesn't want to come back.
I know. I just played Josh this last week, and he was saying he's bummed he's gonna miss.
Yeah. But Derrick got so hammered. I had to play that ringer game, and Joel's looking at me. He's like, "Alex, I don't think this is happening." Like, okay. Derrick is cool, buddy. He's the coolest guy ever. He's like, "Yeah, that was John."
Oh yeah, he's super cool. It's just he went way too hard, like during the games. Yeah.
Yeah, you got paid.
Yeah, no, he owns it too. There's cool places. So yeah.
Cool.
All right, I gotta get to bed.
Right,
Thank you for watching. If anyone's still watching right now, please like and subscribe, and have a good evening.
Yeah,
All right, thanks guys. I really appreciate it.
Reports.
Later, bye.
See ya.